and welcome back to the channel. Dan, who reviews, as always. My name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and you can tweet me as well on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. And hooray! Episode 50. It's an actual milestone, people. We're waiting. We're going to hold off the celebrations until 52 because then it's officially a year. But still, 50 is a big deal, people. That's literally 50 weeks non-stop consistently. We have live streamed at some point today, and I've either been joined by Brandon majority of the time, and hopefully we will be today. But we have the next best thing to Brandon. It is, of course, Hero. No, it's not. It's displayed dot once. It is dot once.
Top of the morning to you, Dan. How's it going?
I said Hero dot collections because I put displayed dot once, but I don't want to confuse anyone. It's displayed once. It's super producer Rich M. And yeah, today he's Irish. I would have anyone.
Just filling in for Holly Willoughby, as usual.
I wonder if anyone, we'll just give it a second to see if anyone actually gets this reference. Our American friends are going to be very confused. I was saying to Rich before we went live, our American friends probably have no idea where Rich is actually geographically from. They're like, every week he's on with a different accent. Who knows?
My name's Nadine Coyle and I'm from Blackhill in Derry. Date of birth 15/6/85, making me a Gemini. And then, oh no, what date of birth did I say now? What date of birth? Oh no.
She was actually my favourite in Girls Aloud, I'm not going to lie. I was always a Nadine fan.
Not Nicola.
Nah. She didn't even make the group originally. She got back in it or something. Pop Stars, The Rivals, I remember that way back when.
Can I take this wig off now because it's boiling?
Do you know what? Talking about how hot it is, I just said to Amanda before we went live, like, I'm quite loud and annoying anyway, but usually I close all the windows, and usually it doesn't matter, it's cold, it's miserable here, but because it's so hot, I needed to open the windows, but this room is literally on the main street of the house, so I'm currently doing a live stream to any old person that's walking their dog past my house. Do you know, I'm going to stick my head out the window and see a little pile of deck chairs with my neighbours listening in. So shout out the street. Back. Yeah. Shout out the street watching the live stream from the road. But yeah, pal, how we doing, everybody? Of course, today's stream is all about Galactus. See this hat? See this hat, Rich? I don't have to eat it because I said if the Haslab wasn't Galactus, I would eat my hat. And thankfully it was Galactus, so I don't have to eat my hat. But it was pretty obvious, wasn't it? Hasbro didn't really hide it from us. They'd been very transparent from the start that Galactus was always meant to be the very first Haslab, but then they switched it up for the Sentinel. Because it was a builder figure, they probably thought they'd get a few more in, and then now they've got a sort of an idea of how many people are after these type of things, because even the beginning stretch goal, or however you want to call it, that first campaign number, that's nearly doubled, isn't it? What was the first one? What was the Sentinel? About six or eight? 6,000, yeah. 6, yeah. So now it's 16, isn't it? So that's a big jump from Sentinel to Galactus. Price is up a little bit as well, but we expected it. It's not too crazy. To be fair to Ryan Ting, he did say to me on my interview it would be Sentinel-esque, and again, I think the price for Galactus is Sentinel-esque. Like, it's in the same ballpark, and thankfully Hasbro conversion calculators broke because it's not crazily astronomical like it could have been. I know, yeah. So it's like literally $400 in the US, and the missus are listening, so $3.99 for us in the UK. That's pounds.
And like the NECA set as well, it recognised that the UK was a country. Hooray!
Oh, don't get me started on that. Shout out to everybody who was trying to get the NECA exclusives here. I tried to get some sympathy off the missus, but she did not care. She was like, what are you moaning about? Can't get your toys? And I was like, well, yeah, actually I am. But yeah, the NECA stressed me out. Like, I'm there, I'm ready, I'm pre-logged in, I'm ready to go. Added it to the cart, great start. Then it's like, oh, sorry, the UK isn't an international address. I'm like, what? Yeah, it is. Like, so confused. But then I don't want to go off the app or go off this page and message anybody. Yeah. So like, I'm waiting a couple of minutes before I message anybody, and then I'm talking to you and I'm messaging Tanner as well, because I know Tanner's after it, and I'm going, what's going on? And then Pixel Dan's tweeting, hooray, I got mine. So I'm tweeting him back going, oh, what happened to us? We can't get ours. Stressful times, people. Stressful times. Right, hello everybody
Tanner
here, by the way.
And toying around have said, oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying, no, carry on, because they're both here, I think.
Yeah, I think Tanner and Toying Around both said that they managed to get theirs in the end, so hopefully everyone international got theirs. Just pick XL. Like, if you're a fat guy like me, you had XL anyway, so yay, come on.
Yeah, well, as I said, I was refreshing like everyone else, and I've just said to Rich before we went live, I did not care what size t-shirt I got. That was just the nonsense they added in to justify the bigger price, I think. I just wanted the figure, so I don't care about the t-shirt. But yeah, at first I was refreshing with a size large and it was sold out very quickly. So thankfully I did work back, add in the extra large, and it worked. But again, Necker know what they're doing. That added bundle, no one asked for that. It's just so they can justify the price, I think, via their store. But either way, we got them in the end. I got mine, Rich got his. As you said, Tanner and Kevin got theirs as well. And let us know if you got yours in the comments, because hello everybody, I can see you're here. Over 70 people, we appreciate you. If anyone's wondering where's Brandon, he's on holiday with the missus, so we've given the week off, but he does want to pop in and keep the streak going. So at some point during this live stream, Brandon will be popping in, maybe from a beach or some exotic location anyway, which will make us very jealous. Maybe we'll get a hello from Miss Hero as well. Who knows? But yeah, I see you all here. So let me get the chat open and let's see if we can say hello to some people. All right, people. Okay. Let me scroll back up. Who we got in the buildings? I'm just going to go from the top, people, and just say hello. So hopefully everyone's still here. Do a few shout outs and then we'll get into some Marvel Legends talks, because there's plenty of it to talk about. Of course, we're going to get into the Heralds of Galactus as well. I'm going to talk about the Galactus in general, sort of talk about what the add-ons could be, and then we're actually going to go into our normal wish list style and go through all of the Heralds of Galactus. And Rich, as always, has put together a great list of options. Some are obvious, some not so obvious, which is always fun about these lists. So obviously stick around. We will be getting into a full Heralds of Galactus sort of breakdown. But right, who we got? So Damien's in the building, Mark Tax here, Tanner, as I said, here. I hopefully, as I said, he got his turtles as well. Ralph is in the building. He loves Donatello. If he tells you any different, he's a liar. Phil Jones, he says Eamon wants. Yeah, Eamon wants. He gets it. Phil Jones gets it. Mark Rose, he says, what's up, pal? Toy Fast has said hello there. Rich M's in the building with just says potato. If you couldn't tell, he's Irish. Tony Collector, Rectangular, he says, hit that thumbs up button. We appreciate that, Todd. Thank you very much. Identity Complex Collectibles, Jimmy Boy, Tom from Mini Plastic Multiverse, Graffiti Toy, Omar V, Jay's Toys Collection UK, George W, the Jason, as always, as I said, Kevin with the trademark hello there. So Canada were having the international issues as well with the turtles. It weren't just us, but I think Kevin got his all right, didn't he? So we're all good. Cowboy Collector. Some people are saying congratulations on the 50. Yeah, 50's a milestone, people, but we're going to save the celebrations until the year. Rob the Plastic Hour. The Wolfpack's in the building, says, what's up, Wolfpackers? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're working hard. He's been putting in those long shifts. He wants a Galactus. He knows he's got to put in the work to get it. Nora and Jamie's here, of course. We have got a Legends of Liquor next week. We'll talk about that in a minute. Laser Pants
donated $4.99. BOFA.
I think he wanted Friday to say BOFA, but instead it just said BOFA. But I know what you're talking about. Both of these, and you know the rest. Cameron Bright, Daniel S, Ruler of Randomness, the Ruckus. I see you people. Cloud, Pogo, Rush is here. Pow. Right, thank you everybody. How you doing? Right, let me get into some housekeeping real quick. And then we'll get into the stream with the Galactus talk. And I'm sure everyone has their preferences for what they want the unlocks to be. Right, so what have I got? Let me press some buttons. I'm rushing today, people. I'm rushing today. I've been so busy, but as Super Chat just did, as Laser Pants just did, you can Super Chat anything over £4 or $4. Our resident robot Friday will read it out loud. And she doesn't say both of those. She says BOFA, but she will read out anything you say. She is here. She's working on a Thursday, even though she's called Friday. Very confusing, but £4 or $4, and you'll find out exactly what she's all about. But of course, if you want to support the channel that little bit extra and join the community that we're building here, hit that join button. As I said, you hit that join button, you join at the members club tier, and then you can be on the channel. You literally be on the channel you're supporting. It is as simple as that, people. There's Legends and Liquor is this weekend, and you can be on Legends and Liquor if you're a channel member. So simple as that. Hit the join button, see what it's all about, get involved in a live stream. So easy. Of course, you also get exclusive access to all of these emojis. And again, I say it every week now since it debuted in the MCU. The Thanos copter was here before it was in the MCU, all right? We didn't join the hype. It found the hype up for with us. There's Legends of Liquor. I told you about that as well. That's this Sunday, people. If you're a channel member, want to be on the show, of course, just hit the join button. Members Club tier, hit me up in the DMs. And then last plug is, of course, the t-shirts, which are now live. There is a link in the description. Go and check out the merchandise. Bonus points to the people with merchandise. And what's so good about Legends and Liquor now, people, is that Rich knows, because Rich is currently the leader, but we have the official World Duck Racing Championships that are officially happening in Legends of Liquor. If you're asking, Dan, what the hell are you on about? Then join in on Sundays and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. It's a lot of fun. Legends of Liquor is a more laid-back stream where we just talk about milk and ducks, apparently. But be part of the stream and you'll find out all about it. Woo, okay, let me take a breath. You good, Rich? You good?
Doing good.
You drinking this evening?
Just water, man. It's just, this room is like the hottest room in the house. It's like, why am I in here?
You could have been out. You've streamed outside before, right? We just seen you descend into darkness as the night went on.
It's just all the bugs are out now, so you just see me like all spots start appearing on my face, like a bitten to death. So.
Yeah, it's true. I've been finding them all over the bloody house. Do you know, they're coming out of nowhere and walking around with a swatter, like just taking them out. All right, let's get Galactus up on this screen. All right, where is he? Right, I'm basically just going to Hasbro Pulse, people. Nothing fancy. That's where it's all is. Let's see if it loads up. All right, here we go. It's loading up. Right, I'm switching to Galactus. Okay. So the Haslab. Of course, it wasn't the fantastic car. Nobody actually wanted a fantastic car, okay? Like, nobody actually wanted one. Like, so the fact that it was just the only other bigger item people could relate to Fantastic Four. But there he is. Massive, bigger than the Sentinel. He sort of had to be as well. More expensive than the Sentinel. Comes with 3 face plates, sort of a scowling one, an angry sort of one, and then like a zombie dead one. He is 32 inches tall. So there he is compared to Reed Richards, sort of average legend. Doesn't even pass his shin. There we go. So just for general thoughts, Rich, what do you think of the Galactus? Like, we knew it was Galactus, but now we've actually seen it. Are you happy with it? You impressed?
It is really impressive, because I on the day of it, I was a bit like, I kind of talked myself out of it. I was like, if it's Galactus, I'm not going to get it, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, after an hour, I had, like, bought it and, like, paid for it. Yeah. Well, not paid for it, because it doesn't charge it, does it?
Yeah.
So if you're on the fence, you've got, like, a month to save up your money. So, no, that's, like, a good target now. I got a month to keep my bank balance above 400, so that's not bad. But, yeah, it's really good. Like, the size on it, the sculpt, like, all new sculpted as well. They haven't, like, reused any parts from the Sentinel, so that's great. Like, the light-up features. You've got those, like, different faces as well. So you've got, like, that like, the dead... Galactus, like from the Fantastic Four annual, I think 2001.
Yeah, there he is.
That looks. I really like that one. But obviously, because those face places are interchangeable, maybe they'll do more as add-ons. I don't know. I think they've said that the first ones are definitely not face plates at all, are they? They're going to be figures.
Yeah, Dan's tweeted today. I think he knew we were streaming. He wanted to give us something extra to talk about. We appreciate you, Dan. We appreciate you. But let's see what it's at then. Okay, so this is live. This is right now what's going on Hasbro Pulse UK. I think Phil Jones noticed that the UK numbers and US numbers differ a little bit. It's like the UK's a little bit behind. But it is currently, if I look, 8,531. So he hasn't got the same appeal as the Sentinel has, because one person could be buying 5 Sentinels because it's an army builder. I don't think a lot of people are going to be buying more than one of these guys. Maybe 2 if you're a collector and you sort of understand the sort of Haslab crowdfunding thing. So far, they've all gone up on the aftermarket. We haven't really seen what the Sentinel's going to do on the aftermarket yet. But still, people could be buying 2 for that reason. In an ideal world, I'd love to get 2, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, same.
Especially if because I'm a cartoon NECA Turtles collector, I can't be buying 2 Galactuses, because like it's either one or the other. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. But yeah, those are Spiel. There's a little video. Can I play that? There we go. Hopefully Hasbro don't hit me with a copyright, but there it is. I think the music's playing in my ear, so you guys must be able to hear it. I don't think poor Rich can, but don't worry. There he is. 300 pieces. Making it sound very dramatic, aren't they? 20 points of articulation in each hand. Each hand. LED lights.
I got in my hand.
Yeah. LED lights in the head and chest, which look really good, to be fair, as well. And there he is. So I'm assuming that's... Is that a 3D render, or do you reckon that's the one Dwight's got currently sat on his sofa at home? There he is. 3 interchangeable faceplates. That was a nice touch off the get-go, because they could have saved one of them for a cheeky tier, but I'm glad they just whacked him in from the start. There's the sort of zombie-ish one, the dead-ish one. There he is. There it is. So yeah, I was impressed with it, I'm not going to lie. I knew it was Galactus for a long time, and now that I've seen it, I was like, yeah, that's impressive. That's definitely the biggest Marvel Legend we've ever seen, and it's impressive. The sculpt looks great. I think once we get our Sentinel in hand as well, and once we're so impressed with the Sentinel, we'll be even more excited for Galactus. People are only just starting to make space for their Sentinels on display. Now you've got to start rejigging for this already, because it's going to hit the mark, isn't it? It's not going to not hit the mark. We've got 40 days for it to get another 15,000, and they said the first tier will be revealed then. So let me have a... So I've just jumped on Marvelous News. Shout out JC. He's just posted the Dan Yun tweet where Dan Yun has basically said that the first stretch goals will be unlocked at 14k, and it will be a 6-inch figure. He doesn't say figures, he says it will be a 6-inch figure. Shout out against Tony and the rest of the digital render model team. So there's the picture. I've got a better image of it there. So let me zoom in a little bit. Who do we see here, Rich?
So it's Mitch Buchanan from Baywatch and Starfire from DC, yeah? I think that's what we got.
Imagine that. So people, is that Silver Surfer? Because it just looks like Silver Surfer, right?
It's got to be some variant of some kind of version of Silver Surfer. So like whether it's like a new metallic effect, whether it's like we sculpted and got like pinless joints, but it does look from that silhouette. It looks like the Walgreens versions that we've had, so like the regular one.
I've got him here.
And the fallen one as well.
Shout out with the super chat. Where was it, Mark Tac?
Mark Tac donated £2.99. Let's have a duck race for Galactus.
Let's have a good. Now the duck races are exclusive to the Legends and Liquor show. So if you want duck races, Legends and Liquor every other Sunday. This Sunday, people, the duck race chat. You can be in the duck racing championship if you wanted to. You just have to be there on a Sunday live. It's so simple. Yeah, here's the. There you go. This guy. Would they just give us this again?
They've got to do something to it. Whether it's like. So that Ultron that's got like that decoed metallic effect, whether they make it more like that, or whether, like the metallic Power Rangers with that like glittery cosmic-y effect inside it.
My suggestion to the Hasbro team, because I know they're listening, how you doing? I want like a translucent piece that sort of attaches into like his shoulder or the side of him, so you can actually have like the Silver Surfer like displayed hovering around him, maybe. Do you know what I'm sort of saying? Like just like a translucent effect piece as such. Well, not an effect piece, but like a flight stand or something that can attach to the Galactus, so you can have your Silver Surfer displayed just off the side. I think that would be a cool feature.
Just a quick point with that one. Don't make it like the Red Wing attachment to Falcon, please.
Oh,
because that thing is the worst. It just falls off all the time. But yeah, that would be good. Or like some kind of base as well. Like I think like back in the old Toy Biz days when they did the like exclusive Silver Surfer, they had like one like a base on an asteroid, like a flight stand, so you could attach the surfboard to it and make it fly as well. That was like quite good.
Just looking at the chat, Laser Pants is saying, I'm calling it now. The Surfer will be the straight repack. Even the effects are those old cosmic effects we've seen a million times before. Yeah, they're these ones. Shout out Matthew as well, who sent me this from the US. This is where I got my new recent Silver Surfer from. But yeah, these effects. It is basically that in the image. It's these effects attached to this figure. And so this was a Walgreens exclusive, which is like very sought after now. If you try and get this version on the aftermarket, you're going to pay a pretty price for it. So this could be a place to put it. Like, it would annoy the people that already have it, but you can see the Haslab projects are sort of got to try and get new people on board as well, and the high ticket items. And I do think I agree with Ace Man. It could be just a straight up reissue of that Silver Surfer, but in here. But it wouldn't be much of an exciting tier though. The tiers should be new things, unique, that reward the loyalty of the long time collectors.
I hope they do something new to it. I hope it's not just a straight repack.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But if it is, give me something a little bit different. Give me a piece that can attach off him or something.
Yeah.
But I like the base idea as well. But again, it would have to be a big base, a big add-on. Let us know your ideas, people. Who do you want to see straight? Of course, we're going to get into a whole list, so we're going to do a whole hit and miss thing as we move on. But just real quick, just your initial what you hoping that first 6-inch figure is going to be. Because what's this one down here? Looks like, is this Nova? Maybe I know.
Yeah, that's the Frankie Ray Nova. That is. So
yeah,
she's got, like that flaming hair and the skinnier arms. So I think that's the most likely choice for that one.
That's got to be like a translucent-y sort of style as well, right? Like Human Torch.
Be like kind of like the Human Torch, like that kind of like look. So she's got like the same powers as like the original Human Torch. That's how like she had it. And then she was like made the Herald. So it's kind of like Starfire. So like with the Toy Biz figure, she had like this long hair that like plugged into a base, so you could have her like flying in the air. Type of thing. But yeah, she's not really much of a costume. It's just like a nude body then, like a fire body type of thing.
Rectangular says, if they re-release the Walgreens Surfer, he better have magnets in the feet and the board. Yeah, very frustrating because the board only has one peg in it. Both feet have peg holes, only one peg in the board. And I would have preferred it to have 2 pegs on because you want to display your Silver Surfer on the bloody surfboard, people. So yeah, I agree. Some sort of way. I know Canna Beans in the US did like some translucent attachment you could attach to a flight stand. Canna Beans doesn't ship to the UK now, unfortunately, so I'm never going to have that piece. But something to make him stick would be good because I don't know. Look, that's sort of what happens. His foot sort of dangles off if you've got the flight stand attached to his waist, and it's like no one surfs like that unless you're crashing off a wave. Do you know? So. But it's clearly Silver Surfer in that thing. None of the other Heralds have a surfboard, unless I'm completely wrong. But maybe they pack in an extra head or something. I don't know. It has to be a little bit different to the Walgreens, in my opinion. And I think the Hasbro team know that as well. Can't just be a straight up re-release.
There's like variant versions. Like people have said, like you could do like a zombie Silver Surfer. That would be a good thing. That would sell it as well, I suppose. So.
Edgar says, I never considered we might get more Heralds in the Walgreens Cosmic exclusives. We could do. Jamie says, give us an invisible Sue Storm rather than put it in the wave. Yeah, maybe. We haven't actually seen what Fantastic Four figures they're giving us in that retro wave just yet. They could give us an all translucent Sue Storm in that. Hopefully not, but this would be a perfect place to shove something like that. Laser Pants again, he says the first stretch goal should be the Haslab Sentinel and then I would army build Galactus. Yeah, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? But he's already army building these Sentinels anyway. The man doesn't need any more. He could sell one of his Sentinels and buy 2 Galactuses at this rate. It's crazy, the toy market.
If they did that though, like not like Kickstarter do, like so when you get like a second volume they let you go back and buy the first one. If they opened it up a bit, like add a Sentinel as an add-on, they probably would get a lot more people back.
100%. If you back this, you have an option to get an extra Sentinel. Oh my god, they'd make a killing. They've already made, what's that? 8,000 times 400. They're gonna get into the millions of pounds. It's no doubt about it. Anders says Franklin Richards, he would make Galactus his Herald. Likes Firestorm from I think they're talking to Blue Tack Dan. Blue Tack would work for the Silver Surfer, I'm sure, but I don't like cheating. I like Hasbro to give us a solution. Mario says can't wait for the Sentinel any day now. They said it's going to start shipping in August, so I wouldn't be surprised if the first Sentinels are like start landing on people's doors towards the end of August, if that, because apparently there's so many shipping delays all over the place. You got to add a bit, like the UK, we're dry at the minute for anything new. Cameron Wright says, I hope they give us the World Eater device. Is that big drill thing?
It goes over.
Yeah.
Over.
They did, that was in the old Toy Biz Galactus retro. Well, it's not retro then, but we call it retro now. The one that, it was, I remember. Razorback says, I have 5 Sentinels, it's hardly an army. Stop showing off, all right? That's enough for a 5-a-side football team over here.
How many Sentinels has he got again? How many? What was it?
Like Booker T, 5 times. Yeah, he just wants to show off. I've only got 5. Do you know? Come on now, lads. Only 5. Told you, sell one of them on the aftermarket right now with a pre-order and buy another 2 Galactuses. Play the market, Laser Plants. Play the market. Laser Plants then says, "Hey everyone, did you know I brought 5 Sentinels?" Air Extreme says, "I'm back for 2 Galactuses." Jamie says, "I'll get into that." If it's Nova Frankie in the bottom, she could be the first tier, and the Silver Surfer might be there to show how he'll look next to Galactus. Might not just come as a stand like that. Dan said, "Oh, okay, interesting." They could do that and just say, "Oh, here's a comparison shot of Silver Surfer." How do you know it's? How do we know we didn't already get an Invisible Woman? Says the Ruckus. Do you know what? He's not wrong. She could be anywhere here. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. Making me think there, Ruckus. Okay. Before we move on from Galactus, I do want to ask one more question. Might do it as a little poll. I like these new poll things, Rich. I'm going to ask on the chat. I'm going to say how many did you back the Galactus as a little poll? Okay. So bear with me a second, people. Rich, if you find any comments you want to read while I'm doing this nonsense, then I appreciate it.
So Liz Pants just saying, I got 5, just 5 again. Yeah, 5 Sentinels. Whoa. Cameron Wright saying a lot of people are complaining that it's another surfer and he doesn't really get that. Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, they've got to try and drag in the general public now. It's not just going to be action figure collectors. So, like, the thing is, my nephews were looking at this because Galactus was in Fortnite, and I was like, wow. Yeah, you're not getting one of them. Not that good nephews. But it's like casual people, like Silver Surfer is probably the most well-known of all the Heralds, like Frankie Ray, Terex, we know they are, but other people are not going to. So, like, if there's some kind of variant of Silver Surfer, that's going to drag people in, or whether it is the same one. Then we've got Ruler Brandner says, is it some weird machine with the corpse of Galactus that makes it look like it's a centipede with his head? There was like a weird thing that they did with Galactus, is like from another universe came and they used that, but I don't know about the centipede with his head. I'm not too sure about that. If anyone wants to shift the Bastion and make some money, hit up Joe Wesley. There you go. They're going for about like 100 quid already just for those Bastions and Prime Sentinels. Like, Laser said he sent me a Sentinel with 1 foot to rob the plastic hour. Look at your viewer count and turn on your disco lights, Fresh McGowan and Laser Pads.
Oh, pow. Okay, one set, people. I love a disco. Yes, I've backed, or I'm going to back. Okay.
And Jamie's backed his first Haslab. Edgar is saying, what would it take for Galactus to be with army building? There are some army builders they could do that could go with Galactus. I mean, if they give him like alternate heads, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see coming up to discuss in a bit.
Yeah, of course. As again, we are getting our topic for today. We are breaking down the Heralds of Galactus. So of course, stick around. We're going to break into it as we usually do. So the poll is now officially live right now. It is just simple. Did you back Galactus? All right. There's 3 options, people. So pick wisely. It's yes, I'm in. No, I'm not going to back, or call me Laser Pants, I backed 5, okay? So I don't even think you can back 5 anyway, to be fair. I think
you can in the US, but not in the UK. It's only limited to 2 in the UK because
they
realised bought them all.
Yeah, clearly. we don't have the Laser Pants sort of funds in the UK, clearly. Yeah, limited to 2 over here, it says. Okay. So let's just get a little round idea. Let's see what this poll comes in. Let's have a look.
110 people in the chat as well. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe
I know.
button.
I need
Dan
to get.
is 100 so away from hitting 30k.
I know. Not that 13 is a great number or anything like that, but still, I've been slogging along in the 12,000 round for a while. I need to crawl out of there. Yeah, we're nearly there, people. Hopefully I'll make it out by the summer. But there you go, the lights are all flashing. I even have a set of new lights now, Rich. But I need to Like I've got a whole new section of the display that I get very excited to build. I just need to change my lights. But can you see it down there? I don't know how well you can see it actually. Whole new area to display some legends. So hopefully if I get some time.
Is that ready for your Sentinels?
No, the Sentinels ain't going to fit in there. It's not as tall as the Sentinel, I don't think. But I'm definitely going to do some rearranging. Is it sad that you get excited to like do some rearranging? Or is that just me? Like, do you like displaying and doing the arranging and stuff? I think it's therapeutic.
I would pay for someone. You can come and do mine, when COVID all stops.
That's a service.
I'll just pay you for the weekend.
Oh mate, my own brand. I'll get my own brand of artillery risers on the go. Like you can hire me to come and set up your Marvel Legends displays. I'd love a job like that. Yes, please.
It's like you and Rush do it all set out and you put them all in things, and it's by the time I'm halfway through I'm just who cares if Star Trek goes next to Toy Biz. Don't care anymore, just go down.
I refuse to put anything but Marvel Legends behind me. In front of me, where you can't see, there's everything, but behind me that's where the Marvel Legends sit. Okay, a few more votes on the poll and then I'll close it. Just curious of what people are saying. So far, 67% of the people here right now have backed Galactus. 20% has said no way, not backing, which is fair enough. As I said, it's a pretty penny. You can tell I'm not mentioning the price out loud quite a lot because I talk very loud and the missus is walking around the house. But yous all know, it's on the screen. You can see 12% have said call me Laser Pants. I backed 5. So we've got a few Rich Blood Laser Pants followers out there. He is Sir Laser Trousers after all, so he probably has his whole his whole army. Where are you going to put Galactus, Dan? Says Tom. Tom, I don't know. I was going to put my Sentinel, take out a shelf there, put him through the middle, have the X-Men around it, do something fun. But I've got a whole year to think about Galactus. Who cares? Let's have some fun with the Sentinel, and then I'll rearrange for the Galactus. But I don't know is the real question. So far, my Stiltman just leans against the wall. Literally, my Stiltman's not even on the shelf. He's just literally chilling up against the wall because it's too big for a shelf. So there you go. It's such a fun builder figure, by the way. Fun builder figure.
One of the things with this, I don't think anyone said about yet, is obviously we know we're getting that retro wave this year, Fantastic Four, hopefully coming up. But last year, that House of X wave, so the Sentinel was all based on the House of X wave. Yep. So do you think we'll get maybe another Fantastic Four, or maybe a Heralds wave next year with filling out the gaps we haven't got to go along with it?
Or some any type of cosmic line. Yeah. Galactus has appeared in so many different stories throughout Marvel. There's loads of characters, enough to fill plenty of Marvel Legends wave. So I don't see why not. But you're completely right. That Fantastic Four wave is obviously going to fit very nicely with this Galactus. In the promo images, they show you the Dan Slott version of the Fantastic Four from the recent comics. But I think the more classic look is going to look a lot better than Galactus from when he first sort of made his appearance within Marvel. So we shall see. But it looks impressive. I was impressed. As I said, I'm happy to back at least one. I'll get at least one. I would, in an ideal, would love to get 2, but as I said, I collect turtles, so I literally had to order next to 2 turtles in disguises off NECA to make sure that I get all Donatello's feet.
You want to be picking up the 3.75 inches as well, because there'll be more in scale with him as well.
Do you know what? Yeah, at least the Fantastic Four, and they're doing Silver Surfer now as well. Actually, they've released that, haven't they? That's a good shout. That's a good shout, people. There you go. Rich is here for a reason, people. You get the 3 3/4 inch Marvel Legends. And Galactus is gonna look even bigger scaled next to them. Okay, I'm gonna end this poll. We'll do some more polls as we get in because I'm curious about people's favourite Herald and stuff like that. So I'm gonna end the poll right now at 55 votes, and it seems like it was 62% yes, I'm in. 22% no way, and then 15% call me Laser Pants. I backed 5. Who are the Laser Pantsers out there? Which 14% of you are Laser Pantsers? But yeah, beautiful. Okay, let's. So there's the tease. There's the Galactus. There's the tease, and there's Dan on thing. And then these are all the ads that I got off Marvelous Lose. Thanks, JC. He's got to pay his bills. People, don't be mad. Right. Also, Rich, I just want to say thank you very much for letting this big boy come and visit. I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem with his scammy leg.
Do you know the most comments I get on my videos, right, are where did you get Tim? Like, where do you get these from? I tell people within the first minute of these videos, so I don't mind answering people's questions, but at least watch the video and then ask me a question. Do you know what I mean? Like, it does my head in.
I've got a bunch of people about that, Dan, because
Yeah.
last night, like 8 messages from people going, Dan, who said to me to you, where did you get your thought from? I was like,
I did put it on. On my video. Of course, I wanted to show you some love, show my appreciation. So I put it up. I was like, "Yep, displayed once, hooked me up." And but I couldn't remember. I genuinely couldn't remember where you got it from. I know you got it from abroad somewhere.
I got it from a guy in Texas who got 2 from GameStop online. Like, he didn't realize he'd ordered 2, and the 2 turned out.
Oh, simple as that.
I bought one off him, and then so I only paid $30. I think he paid like less, but I paid $30, and then the shipping was like $20. So it wasn't too bad compared to like UK prices. So I think we worked about 34-35 pounds, so not too much more than what
Nah, not at all. As I said, we have to pay a little bit more for Legends anyway. Very nice figure, people. There is a review on the channel right now. I thought because he's fatter, he'd be a lot shorter. I don't know why. In my head, I just thought he'd be stumpier, but he's still tall.
6'1", fat people can be tall.
Clearly, my mind's eye thought different, but no, he's still as tall as all the other Thor figures. And the head sculpt is great, by the way, people. I know I griped about the eyes being whited out, but it does look really, really good. It's clearly Chris Hemsworth. And yeah, very impressed with this. Looking forward to get it. And again, look, I don't know if I can show you, Rich, but it's like this leg. Can you see it? It's just a little bit shorter. Just a little bit.
Did you break it and have to glue it back on?
No, you idiot. No. I was thinking it had drop down thighs, but it just don't know. It just happens to me occasionally on some Legends, but yeah, he's definitely, you'll see what I mean when you get it back. It's not a big deal. When you pose him up, you won't know, but yeah, I got that, and I've also the most interesting thing from that review is that you found out Hank was worthy, people. He's worthy. I knew all along, people, but you didn't know. Hank is worthy. That's official. And then also, these were a pleasant surprise. And again, before anyone asks, I got these from Inderman Toys. That's no secret. Paid a little bit more for the import. It's the Mark 49, aka the Rescue, with the 3 pepper heads. And then a very nice Carol Danvers. Now, I hate the haircut, don't get me wrong, but I cannot argue that it's very accurate to, like, it looks like Brie Larson. It looks like how she looks in the movie. Great likeness. Yeah, it's a great likeness.
That shot you've got of them all lined up like the internet's favourite shot of all the women in Legends. Like, that looks really good. It looks really good with them all together. So yeah, I was like saying to a few people was like, oh, that looks terrible because they don't like her hair. But I'm like, look, whether you like her hair or not, if you want an accurate endgame display, you need that Carol Danvers. And the little tiny Infinity Gauntlet that you get is hollow. So there's no peg hole or anything, but it's hollow. So if you take off like a Marvel Legends hand, then that's right. Whoa.
That's right. Hank now has the Infinity Gauntlet. Things are about to change. So yeah, you can literally use this Infinity Gauntlet and like any Marvel Legend you want. It's just hollow. So that was a nice little accessory as well. I think I took a picture of Spider-Man holding it. I was going to post. Who else holds it in that thing? Spider-Man. Hawkeye throws it to Black Widow. No, Hawkeye throws it to Black Panther. Black Panther throws it to Spider-Man. Spider-Man gets it picked up by Pegasus and Valkyrie, and then he gives it to Carol Danvers. I think I'm right in saying that.
Doesn't Hulk try it at one point? Like, when he's like,
Hulk clicks it, but not when they start passing it around the field. I don't think. Okay. Dan's interesting Haslab matches. Interesting, the Haslab matches Dan's poll about 61% funded now. Oh, interesting. Nice, yeah.
It's only you would be worst favourite.
Pretty good, yeah. It's literally just us guys, apparently. We've got a few laser bounces buying doubles, but we're good. Okay, let's get into what we were going to do. There been any other Marvel Legends news we should get into before? I know the Compound Hulk just went up for pre-order, but that's MCU Collector showed that off ages ago. Are you going to get the Compound Hulk, by the way? Are you interested in that?
No interest. I mean, I think if you like Hulk, it's a nice looking figure. It looks well painted, like an MCU Collector's review. It looks pretty nice. But yeah, that like one issue appearance is not for me. Yeah, no, I think I'll quickly grab it real quick. Only because it's only relevant. We're only talking about it because, well, I'm only talking about it because it went up for pre-order today. It's part of some Walmart exclusive
type vibe, but obviously with no Walmarts over here.
It's like Comic-Con weekend, isn't it? So everyone's got all these reveals on. It's like Walmart have got them on, NECA started them today, Mattel have got them on.
Oh yeah, I've got my. I don't know if anyone else in there is interested in Jurassic Park, but I like the 3 3/4 inch Legacy Collection Jurassic Park. So I managed to get myself the Ray sort of where he gets his arm ripped off by the Velociraptor. I got him one of them from first time ever ordering off Matty Collector, by the way. Easy, a breeze compared to NECA. So easy. They lured me into some sort of false sense of security that this was going to be easy. Because I said to you,
Judith Chalmers is trying to get in the chat. By the way, he's writing in the chat.
Oh, okay, cool. One second. Okay, we got a cameo. There's Compound Hulk, but we don't care about Compound Hulk now. Don't care about that now. Let's have a look. See what we can do. I wonder where he is. I'm like excited to see where he is. There he is!
Yay!
There he is! Brandon, you look very...
Look. Wait, which way should I go? Wait.
Nice. You got your own little studio set up on your...
Wait, if I go like this, how's that?
Yeah, that's good, good. Yeah, there you go.
There we go, that's better.
You look...
How are we doing?
You look glowing. You like got a nice fresh
mate.
tan. You look...
I am.
I'm so jealous.
I am. I've gone golden somehow. But you wouldn't believe it. Okay, funny story real quick. Well, I'm just trying to find how do I get me and him in there at the same time. So funny story. So we went to the beach. Must have been Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember which. But we went, and I didn't know I could burn.
Oh dear.
Right. Like I didn't know I could burn. I've never ever. I don't ever remember putting on sunscreen ever. Right?
Well,
maybe when
we live in the UK, don't we? We don't need to know these things.
No. Exactly, and I never ever have put on sunscreen. Anyway, we go to the beach Sunday. We wake up Monday morning, and I'm red. I am as red as the lobster. All
Mate,
over.
It's painful.
I could not move.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, and I didn't even know brown people could burn. There, I said it. I did not know we could burn. I just didn't know it. But other than that, it's been a blast. How are you guys?
Yeah,
how's Galactus?
Yeah, we're good. We're just we're jealous of you. Do you mind telling the people where you are?
Oh, of course. So I am in Barcelona.
Wow.
Yes, Barcelona, Spain.
Wow.
I've been here since Saturday.
Hola.
Yeah, hola. Yeah, there you go. I'm practicing my Spanish.
Gracias.
Poquito español. There you go. That means I speak very little Spanish.
I'll be on the Google Translate app constantly.
Yeah, no, literally. I've been the same. But it has been really weird. And in other news, while we're here, wait, you see it?
No, he's vanished. You're holding the Invisible Woman. Oh, okay. Oh, it's Tech. It's the Donatello of the Bad Batch.
Yeah, and then his record as well.
Would you call him the Raphael of the Bad Batch, maybe?
I guess I would say so.
Yeah, I'd guess so.
That virtual background is weird. Look at that. It's me on me. just as I joined, it was like, would you like to select a background? I thought, yeah, okay. Phil said go for something exotic. So there you go.
No, fair play. We appreciate you popping in. As I said, I was saying at the start of the stream,
Yes, no
50 weeks consistently, Brandon.
Yeah, man.
Like, whether it's a
Amazing.
Thursday or Friday, once a week, since we started this, we've consistently been live here on YouTube. As I said to everyone, we'll save the celebrations for the year, but still, we're 2 weeks off that. That's how close we are, people. 2 weeks, and we've been doing this for a year. But crazy, 50 years. Bravo, my friend, and thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
But while you're here, I know we ain't got you for long, but just me and Rich were literally just talking about the Galactus and all the tiers and stuff. So you're just, because we never talked about it last week, we knew it was the Galactus, so let's be honest. Your impressions now we've actually seen it. Now we've actually seen the Galactus in hand. Well, not in hand, but online. You know what I'm talking about.
Sure. I think it looks amazing. I mean, and by in hand, if you've seen Dwight's Instagram, those in hand pictures with the 2018 Silver Surfer. Oh my goodness, this thing is huge. I think the detail, they nailed it. I think the light up effects, they nailed it. The sculpt, they nailed it. And I love what Dwight said as well, because he said that for the Sentinel and the Galactus from Marvel Universe, they had said that for that figure, they basically used the same body but retooled bits and pieces. But with this, they wanted to go all out, and it's completely new, completely fresh. It doesn't use any of the Sentinel parts, and it actually towers over the Sentinel. I mean, we all knew that it was coming, but I really, really think that they just hit it out the park. Really, really hit it out the park.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm very excited for it.
And we know the lady's friend is around, so we won't say any prices out loud. But just give us a little nod if you've backed. There you go. Yeah, he's in. Brandon's in. I've been trying to avoid saying the price for the whole stream because Amanda's like walking around the house, and I'm like, yeah, it needs to know.
Absolutely.
But this is beautiful. And we're gonna, obviously, me and Rich are gonna get down and break down some of the Heralds of Galactus. But have you got any interesting ideas for what you'd like to see as tiers?
I mean, I know that we saw that we were gonna get some Heralds. Personally, I would have loved to have seen a new Terex. That was one of my first builder figures back in the day, so I would have loved to have seen that. I saw we're getting another Surfer, probably.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I just hope it's pinless. I hope there's like enough of an
course you
update
do.
to it. I'm really hoping that it isn't like just a repaint. The other thing was that I saw, like you can see in the photo where the waist joint is, that it exactly. You can see that the waist joint is still the usual Legends waist joint. I think it would have been really cool if they'd put like the Miles and the Peter, that ball peg joint in there somehow for a Surfer figure. I don't know how it would have looked, to be honest, but I just think like another Surfer is a bit, I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, okay, we'll take it, but it's not amazing. But I think definitely some bigger Heralds would probably go a long way.
When you think of Galactus in Marvel, though, if you were doing like that game where they're like, say the first thing that comes to your head, a lot of people instantly go to Silver Surfer. They do come one and another. So I completely understand why they've got to get Silver Surfer in there some way, because like we said, this is trying to get brand new collectors in through the door, people that may not even know about Marvel Legends but just want a nice big figure on the shelf. I don't know, but I'm not mad at them for trying to get the Silver Surfer in. I was just saying to Rich that it's got to be a little bit different, just so we don't feel like we're buying the same thing. Give us something a little bit different.
Exactly. That's why even if it was the same as that 2018 Surfer, just pinless, I would take it. Yeah, I would take it.
We shall see.
Just because it's not a huge overhaul, but it's enough to be like, okay, that looks pretty amazing. But that's the thing. Like, just look at the size of the thing.
Yeah,
massive. Like, I really think they justified the scale.
Yeah, it had to be bigger than Sentinel. Had to be. You couldn't make a Galactus and it'd be smaller than the Sentinel. So I always expected it to be bigger. It's bigger than I thought. I thought they'd just be cheeky and maybe be 2 inches bigger because of the head. But it does look like that the Sentinel's going to come to about his shoulder, which is pretty good. I take that all day long. Do you have any predictions of when you think it's going to get backed? Like,
Rich, what do you think?
I think it depends after the if next week's like FanFest, if they reveal anything more about it, I think it's going to be slow. It's such a big amount, 14,000. So I think it's going to be quite near the end, and I don't think we're going to get as many levels as we did last time. I think Hasbro are going to have to bring forward like those reveals to get people to back. To be honest with you,
I agree.
In my opinion,
no, I agree. I think like Dan's obviously tweeted today saying the first tier will be revealed when they hit 4,000, but I think they need to reveal the first couple of tiers now to sort of give people that are on the fence that little push they need, that this is going to be worthy. So
I think they'll wait till at least like 30 days left before they start like doing anything, changing anything. Because I think they've still got like over a month to fund this. So it's not like they need to panic. It's already hit like 61% as people said in the chat. So it's still doing good. But I just think like a lot of people wait till the end. I don't think it won't fund. I think if they leave those reveals, it will just fund to the end, and then we won't get those. Because what were they like 1,000 apart last time? 2,000 apart?
Yeah, they were 1,000. They were 1,000. Yeah, it was 6,000 to be backed, and then 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, and all that got smashed like so quickly. They had to add on the next live stream that Tri-Sentinel head, because that was their first ever Haslab. They didn't know how well it would do, even though we've been telling them for fucking ages. Give us a Haslab, we're ready to throw some money at you, you know? So you can tell now, because they've doubled what the original target is. So as I said, it's the toy business.
The other thing as well is the Sentinels are always army builder. So I suppose that's the more difficult thing with Galactus is how many do you really need? You know?
Yeah. Shout out my tats out of the super chat. Sorry, Brandon. Friday's going to read it out real quick. I'll read it to you.
£4.99. There are some great comic and figure shops in Barcelona, Brandon. Check out Cosmic Man.
Okay, so Mark says there are some great comic and figure shops in Barcelona, Brandon. Check out Cosmic Man.
Yeah.
Is that you used to have already been on that type of game anyway, haven't you? You checked out what was out there. You're not silly.
we did, but yeah, no, we didn't get a chance, sadly. We're home tomorrow, but look, we did try.
So Brandon's with the lady friend, people. Let him have a week off from toys and spend some time with the missus.
She deserves the week
and if you
off.
check his Instagram post, if you check the blurry background of his Instagram post, you might understand why he didn't play with his toys all week.
And Mrs. Hero brought him toys anyway.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, his cake and eat there.
Jerry says, "Damn, just joined the stream."
Any toys too, but like, you know. She really brought the gold.
Jerry says, "Damn, just joined the stream late. Excited to catch up on what discussion I missed." The Mario said about Laser Pants, as she said, the bigger the better. Oh, okay. So Laser Pants is asking the question: what if it was 40 inches and 500? Would you get it then? I think 500 would have been like, I don't know, a little bit out of my bracket as I feel comfortable paying for, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it is a lot.
And I think the size was right. You know, I think. I mean, most people are going to say, "Where am I going to put this anyway?" You know, at this size, let alone even bigger than this. So, you know.
Rush says the Sentinel took 6 days before the end to hit the 16,000 mark. That was an army builder. Oh, okay. So this went up Friday last week. So it's about a week now, right? And it's okay. Interesting. But like Rich said, like people like me, I'm definitely getting one, right? I've not backed it yet. I don't know why. I just haven't went through the fix. I'm sure there's people out there like me that know they're getting one, but they've got 40 days. I'm not in a rush. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll figure it out.
Is there anything they could put with this though to make one of you 2x2? What could they add to it that would make you go, I'll buy 2 of these?
I don't know. I don't like with the Sentinel. In my head, I can justify more than one Sentinel on a display. Like in my head, I always wanted 2 Sentinels, and I never brought 2 Sentinels to buy one and sell one. I brought 2 Sentinels for me. It's an army builder. I need at least 2 on the display. Where Galactus, I don't see him as I need 2. If I buy 2 of Galactus, it's going to be for the collector in me that knows this is going to have value later on. And I don't care if people think that's scalping or not. That's just playing the market. Like, it's clever. We're collectors. This is what happens. The value goes up. So if I buy 2, it will be one to keep and one to keep for a rainy day and one for me.
And the other thing as well is the just on that note, I mean, the sail barge, the Sentinel right now. What else? Unicron, the Razor Crest. They all have like doubled, tripled, quadrupled on the aftermarket already.
Laser Pants is going to take the whole family to Disneyland, like when these Sentinels drop.
Literally. And that's not a matter of like, when it releases and then a year after that it'll be that price. It is that price right now. 2 of the 3 out of the things that I just mentioned, 2 of which have not even released yet. Yeah.
When Laser Pants gets his 5, if anyone didn't know, Laser Pants got 5. But when Laser Pants gets all 5 of his Sentinels and he sells them all on the aftermarket for crazy money, it's going to be like Oprah to all his friends. It's like, you get to go to Disneyland, and you get to go to Disneyland, you get to go to Disneyland, and you get to go to Disneyland. Can I go to Disneyland as Sue, please, Laser Pants? Thank you. Don't forget about me. Okay, beautiful. Brandon, obviously we know you're on holiday. We don't want to keep you too long. Yes. We appreciate you dropping in, and we're going to get into the Heralds of Galactus, but we're catching next week, I'm sure. As I said, you're back, but we appreciate you keeping the streak going and popping in from sunny Barcelona. Go and enjoy the rest of your holiday, my friend.
Have
we appreciate you.
Holiday, Brandon.
Yeah,
will do. Thank you, guys. Loving and leaving you. Have a healthy week.
Bye. Beautiful. Then there was two. Okay, so We were talking. Thank you very much to Brandon as well for popping in. Brandon's literally in Spain right now. Usually he's in Essex. I'm in boring Coventry, but he's in sunny Barcelona. I'm jealous. Amanda's definitely jealous. She would love to go away right now. She's craving to go away, Rich. She's so desperate to go away. She ran downstairs and showed me some pictures of like a water park in Dorset, I think it was, and I was like,
everyone seems to be going down there,
exactly.
Like Cornwall, and like everyone's going to Cornwall.
Exactly. So I said, I'm not going there. So that's where everyone's going. That's where like too busy. And I said the perfect time to go to a place like that is that when the weather's nice, because the weather's been good in the UK this week.
Yeah.
But that's rare. Like we can't plan for that. It just happens, and like, we get lucky. Like the time we go, it'd be pissing it down with rain, and it'll be crowded, and I'm not doing any of that. I'm holding out for 2022 when Laser Pants invites me to Disneyland. That's what I'm doing.
You just said you and him can go together. Just
yes.
Like naked.
Yeah, I don't care. If that's a condition, I'm in. I don't think we'd last very long.
Might not get through security.
That's what I'm saying. They nearly. Right? I went to Disneyland, and it had like a T-shirt with like a woman on it, and the woman wasn't naked or anything. She had like a low cut top.
Yeah.
And the security literally looked at me. They spoke to each other. They held me waiting at the queue before they let me in. Like, me and Amanda thought they weren't going to let me in. And that was never anything I considered like that I need to be careful what I'm wearing into Disneyland. And it wasn't a crazy top. It just had a woman on it, essentially.
Imagine you would have been rejected. You'd be the dog.
Oh my god!
You could turn it inside out.
Yeah, I would have went and brought a Mickey Mouse top from the shop across the road. We would have got in, but it's just that concept didn't even cross my mind. So me and Lazy Pants would have to go in dressed and then strip naked and streak through Disneyland.
You're on a list now, like people coming.
Imagine streaking in Disneyland and getting chased by all the mascots. Like all the mascots trying to track you down. That's a scary sight for all those kids, poor kids. Okay, let's get into these heralds. We were talking about the Compound Hulk, but the spoiler alert, me and Rich don't want it. It's simple as that. I don't know how else to tell you. I have no attachment to this figure at all. Zero attachment. I don't need it. Don't need it. It looks fine for what it is. I just don't feel like I need it. But it went up for pre-order if you want it.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Hulk, it's like it is an interesting look. So it's like DC did like composite Superman and Batman from like the Superman Batman thing. It's like, so it kind of puts Red Hulk, Green Hulk together. If you've got like a Red Hulk on your shelf and a Green Hulk on your shelf and that in the middle, it would look like a nice display. But if you're not a fan of Hulk, it's not essential, is the thing. But that's a good thing for exclusives. When
they revealed this, the Sunny channel, shout out Sunny, he posted a picture of a Red Hulk, a Green Hulk, and like a chainsaw or something. Yeah. I want to know what happened. What happened, Sunny? Did you make your own Compound Hulk? I need to know.
I think Dan asked him and he said it didn't end well.
Yeah. I need to see the end result, Sunny. Don't tease us like that. Okay, let me minimise that. And let me actually get up our main topic. And we're an hour in, so that's perfect timing. Gives us some time now to go through some of these. So we're now going to get into it, people. And it's perfect to start off. It's like Rich knows what's going on half the time, because his first pick on the list is essentially what Hasbro have already teased. So as I said, this man knows his stuff. So let's get into it. This is our list of Heralds of Galactus. Any of these could quite possibly be the add-ons for this Galactus, and obviously we'll ask you all your favourites as we go through. But the first one Rich has got up there, and as you can see, it's the hands of the Galactus, the Haslab Galactus there, with the Silver Surfer on. So we've already sort of talked about Silver Surfer, so we don't need to break it down too much. But I'm not mad, and I'm sure any Marvel fan can completely understand why the Hasbro team feel like they need to have Silver Surfer has some sort of attachment to this giant Galactus. Agreed?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he is the most well-known character with Galactus, especially if you've missed out on a Silver Surfer before. You're going to want one to go with Galactus, so he's got to be released somewhere where they would be on like a retro card or something. But I suppose putting him as an add-in means if you get in Galactus, you get in Silver Surfer 2 in 1. There's got to be, I hope there's changes. I know like you and his fans both thinking that it might just be like a straight repack. I hope there's something different, whether it's like a new face sculpt, whether it's like with the toy base they put like a blue wash like over it. It's like something different. Like obviously people have said about like a zombie Silver Surfer. Again, you could do like a civilian Silver Surfer before he was the Silver Surfer, like Norrin Rad. But again, he didn't have the surfboard then, so it's a bit more dodgy. I just think there's got to be some kind of change, whether it's like translucent, whether it's something in the plastic, just something to make it stand out. Like when we were talking about the Sentinel, the Prime Sentinel and Bastion that came with it, the female Prime Sentinel and Bastion, they are both quite basic figures, so it's not like we're going to get, I know what I'm going to say about Terex, I think something like that is more unlikely for this, because these are essentially add-ins, they're bonuses, so it's not going to be something that I think they're going to spend like loads of money on doing like new sculpts or like a big bulky figure. But something like Silver Surfer, like with a bit of a different paint scheme, a new head sculpt, like a zombie version, something different, I think would be a good call. And obviously, it is going to be either the first or second reveal, hopefully now.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything Rich is saying. Like, I'm not mad at them for trying to get Silver Surfer attached to this giant Galactus in some degree, but for the people that already have this character in figure form, you gotta give us something a little bit different, but not too different that we don't even want it. You know, I don't know. Like, maybe give us a Vax Metal Silver Surfer. You know, like, not that I hated the silver of this, but how can you get it more silvery than this in toy form? Vac Metal has to be the next step, right? I don't know. But yeah,
get Sunny on the phone again. He can like do
Foil Customs. Let me give the CEO of Foil Customs a ring and get him to sort of hook us up. Yeah, Silver Surfer. We'll find out sooner rather than later, as I said, I'm sure. But the Silver Surfer has to be attached. As I said, Hasbro, I keep saying, give me some sort of attachment so I can display him properly next to Galactus, and I'm happy. But we shall see.
What I hope with Silver Surfer as well, so I know like we're going to get that 6-inch version. I hope like a mini little Silver Surfer, like they can attach to him.
Yes.
Like, if he's like coming out, I hope that's like another hidden, like another tier layer. So just like a little like 2-inch one, it doesn't have to move, but just like that, you could like plug it in to like his shoulder, and he would show him like flying out. I think that would be a cool effect.
Yeah, like keep playing around with the size. Like that, you're right saying this when you mentioned earlier about getting the Fantastic Four and the 3 3/4 figures. Perfect, makes sense. The same, like we just got a tiny Red Guardian, didn't we? So there's no reason they can't give us a little tiny Silver Surfer. So you plays with the scales. That's perfect. You could give us like planets or anything at this point. Just plug them in all over the place. It's crazy. Let me just look at the chat real quick. Don't think they can do Vac Metal on Marvel Legends articulation, says Tom. Yeah, you're probably right. As I said, I was just thinking, how else can you get more silver than this guy? Like, what else can you do? Vac Metal is the only thing that came to my head. Phil Jones suggests Compound Surfer. It could be the Compound Surfer. Take some old sculpts and add Herald upgrades would be solid, said Tech and Collect. And using Terex as an example of that, I think the Build-A-Figure of the Terex still holds up in a Marvel Legends display right now. It was one of the sort of return of Marvel Legends, the Epic Hero line Build-A-Figure sets and the back in the day. So I say back in the day, it was like 2012. So wow, that nearly was a decade ago now, I guess. But I still think that a character like that can hold up. So I don't think we're in desperate need for a new version of him. I'd rather see some of the Heralds we haven't had in Legends form yet, and maybe we'll get to some of them now. Because next up, we have one we haven't had in the Hasbro era, and again, correct me if I'm wrong in any of that, but it is, of course, Nova. And you tell the people about Nova while I change your name tag, because currently you're Brandon.
Well, I like being Brandon, it's fine. So Nova Frankie Ray, so she was a United Nations interpreter and became the girlfriend to the Human Torch, introduced way back in 1975 in Fantastic Four 164. So she was exposed to the same chemicals that gave the original Human Torch's powers, and that gave her like this like flame body effect. Then eventually she became a Herald of Galactus, got more power from the power cosmic, and then it became like this flaming Herald of the galaxy.
And when you say she got her powers from the original, the same way the original Human Torch did, that's not Johnny Storm, is it? That's the original.
No, the original,
yes.
The first Human Torch before him. So it was like some chemical went on her, it mutated her, and then so she had, before she became a Herald, she had these like fire powers. But obviously, when Galactus made her Herald, then she just became more powerful. Like she became like completely like it flamed. Like all the hair was like Starfire, like big hair, but it was all like flaming.
Yeah.
And then like she was one of Galactus's Heralds, but obviously she tried to like find planets that were like uninhabited. She was obviously from Earth, so she was obviously like a kinder Herald than was before. So eventually she did something that Galactus got annoyed for. Galactus took her powers off her, and then there was a battle with there was a big battle with Heralds. He took on a Herald called Morg, who was like one of the most like vicious worst heralds. Like, he didn't care. He was just destroying worlds. And Morg killed her, and then she died. It was very, very sad comic book. But then she did get bring back in 2010. She was brought back in the Heralds mini-series. I didn't think it was a great mini-series, but I did bring Nova back to the Marvel Universe, and then she showed up in like Fearless Defenders, and she was part of the group of Heralds that Thor gathered in the latest Thor series when Thor became one of Galactus' Heralds as well. So she's never had a legend, but she has had a Toy Biz figure back in the Silver Surfer line, and like I said, that was like this big flaming hair that went onto the base and like plugged in.
And like, do we think this is what Hasbro could possibly be teasing in their recent picture that Dan Yoon tweeted today?
It's obviously someone with flame head, and going by the wrists, it looks more female. So I think from that, it's got to be her. Obviously, there are other heralds with fire, like this Fire Lord, who we'll get into in a bit.
Yeah.
He's another female, but obviously he's a guy who'd be much bigger. Those wrists look like female wrists to me, and it looks like the hair, that like starfire kind of like flaming hair. So I would guess would be Nova. She's never had a legend, and she's not mainstream. She's not like a lot of people would know her, but I think for Marvel fans, she's a great add-in. It's a figure that's been requested. She's always in polls and things like that. So yeah, I think
I definitely want these add-ons to be figures I don't have so far. That's what will make it the Galactus more desirable. As I said, I'm in anyway just with Galactus, but what's a nice bonus is new Marvel Legends to add and new characters to add to my shelf.
It's like a balancing act in it, because you don't want to put in a character as well, but because I think like we'll get to him in a bit. I'm going to spoil everything, but like Herald Thor would probably sell in a wave.
Yeah.
Like in like a Thor wave, you could put that in, and like I think putting maybe characters like that in here, it's kind of pushing out. People might get annoyed at that then, who are not going to get Galactus. They're like, I've got to pay £500 to get a Thor, like £400 to get a Thor. So it's kind of like balancing. I think Frankie is a good character for this kind of add-ons here.
Yeah, and as I said, we may see it sooner rather than later. Damien says hit, Pogo says hit, Jamie says hit, Cameron Wright says, don't know much about her, so I don't want to say, but if it's a freebie, this emoji, whatever, I'm too small on the screen, but that emoji. I just want to real quick as well, shout out Matt, who's in the chat somewhere. I think it's Matt Martins. This Silver Surfer that I've been showing off, this literally whole stream, was sent to me by Matt very recently. It went on a trip. It went to Denmark before it came to the UK. It took about 6 weeks to get here, but Matt very kindly hit me up when he knew I didn't have a loose one, and now I've got a Silver Surfer ready to add to the shelf. So thank you to Matt. I hope you've recovered as well. I think last time we spoke, you were in hospital, like knee surgery, I think it was, Matt. So I just want to say a massive thank you. I appreciate you. I think just forgot to message you and say it arrived, but it arrived early this week. So thank you very much, my friend. So yeah, Nova, there you go. Interesting. Let me have a look at others. Mini Plastic Multiverse, he's saying hit. Your boy's got toys. He says, miss for me, never read a ton of FF. Mario with the head exploding emoji says, Rich knows his shit. Rich M with the history lesson. I never knew Frankie's origin, says Pogo. See, there you go. You're teaching the people, Rich.
And I don't know, Araf is saying that it's Golden Oldie they made. So Golden Oldie was when Aunt May had the power cosmic in like this random team up. I mean, a lot of people have been picking her. Like, she's always like the last pick, I think, in a lot of people's polls. Spoiler alert, she's not in this one. But yeah, she would be a really good random pick. And I think, like Jesse Falcon said, that the last tier reveal is one that you really want. So I mean, if you did like an Aunt May Golden Oldie, like that head, you could reuse then on a real Aunt May later down the line. So that might be a good call. Aunt
May as a Galactus tier unlock, that is insane. We shall see. But Matt says, I'm doing good, and I'm glad you got it. So I'm glad glad to hear you're doing good, my friend. And as I said, thank you very much. Silver Surfer has gone to a good home. Trust me, the new shelf is being built, and he's going to go with the Fantastic Four, I am sure. So thank you very much. Okay, next up. I'm talking about, we've mentioned him a few times already, Brandon brought him up, is Terex. Now, I know in Marvel Legends form, I said it a few seconds ago, already had him as a builder figure within the Hasbro era, about 2012 on the Epic Heroes line. He came with his big axe as well, and it's a nice clean Marvel Legends as well. The character design is quite clean and tidy anyway. So I think the builder figure, if you still have this builder figure, it's nice and chunky, and I still think it would fit very well into a Marvel Legends display today. Like, I know they've been constantly changing, and I know a lot of the Toy Biz figures look a little bit wonky now in a Marvel Legends display, but Terex, I think he still holds up, so I don't think it's one that would be needed in an add-on. But give us a little bit about Terex, Rich.
So Tyrax is the Tamer. First appeared in Fantastic Four 211 in 1979, I think. So he's got control over stone. And he had that before. Again, a lot of them had these powers then. Like when Galactus took him over, given the power cosmic, that's when it improved. So he was given a cosmic axe by Galactus, and he found more worlds than any other of the Heralds. He was the one who found the worlds. He didn't really care. He was ruthless, but he didn't always obey his master. There were times when he went off, did his own thing. He disobeyed Galactus, which eventually led to him getting dismissed by Galactus because he wasn't following Galactus' orders. He did then get killed by the Phoenix Force in Marvel Point 1 a couple of years ago, but he was brought back in Drax issue 1. It didn't really explain why he's back, but he's back in the universe. And again, he was part of the team of Heralds, ex-Heralds that Thor pulled together to go and fight the Black Winter as well. I mean, he's a really good character. I think he's well known from the animated show. He was in that quite a bit as well, in the Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four. He was the 2012 Bath figure. That was when we last had him. Yep. So I mean, he may be hard as an add-on, like I said, because he is a bit of a bigger figure, but he's still really cool. That's
the only way I think we've had him in Legends form as well, is through that Build-A-Figure way.
Yeah.
Matt is in the comments laughing at us, going, he's got an extra Terex. Matt, I think you need to hit on my deals again, my friend, because I only ever got his legs, I think, in the Build-A-Figure form. Tanner says miss, got it, who's next? Oh, so he only says miss because he's already got it. So as I said, I do think if you already have this, he's good. He's going to stand up in your current collection, no problems at all. Eric Streams says hit. Cameron Wright says this is a hit, no doubt. Cameron Wright also says that Rich should be on Comics Explained. Tekken Collect calls you Professor Rich. Matt W says hit, a deluxe fig would be a great tier. Hit never got the bath, says Jamie. I would accept a repack, to be fair, says Cameron. And as I said, the one we've got is good.
It's good.
Yeah, it is.
I just be 1 second. I'm just going to grab a drink.
Please, no, enjoy, not a problem. Damien says, what would you pay for the old one if you were looking for one? What is reasonable? The old one was a Build-A-Figure from the as I said, the Epic Heroes days. So I think a standard sort of Build-A-Figure price is a fair ask, because the figures he comes with now are not very desirable, I don't believe. So the people that are going back to buy those figures probably want the Build-A-Figure pieces rather than the figures they came with, if that makes sense. Damien says hit. Of course, I just said that, repeating myself. Mini Plastic Multiverse is hit. And then Tekken Collect says all unfinished Build-A-Figures are painful. Yeah, there was a few of the Hasbro era Build-A-Figures I never got around to finishing. I think Puck and Hit Monkey. Because in the UK, the distribution for these were terrible. I remember getting the loads of the ones that just had the... I don't know if you remember, but there was the Punisher and Deadpool when he first came out in the red, and Hope Summers. They all came with just a piece, like a stand piece that would hexagons that click together instead of a Build-A-Figure. You just got a stand instead of a Build-A-Figure piece, which is very depressing. And I managed to find most of them in the UK at the time, but I never finished a lot of those Build-A-Figures. I'm not sure if I've still got Tyrex's head and hammer. His axe thing. Anyway, I'm not sure. I did have his chest and his head, but I didn't have any arms or legs. I don't think. I can't remember if I've still got them. They're upstairs in a box somewhere. A modern Tyrax is needed and wanted, says Pogo. I have the torso, just need all the other parts, says Mini Plastic Multiverse. There you go. If you've got some Tyrax pieces, let's see if we can put together at least one amongst this chat with all the pieces people have got. Just his arms for £40 on eBay, says your boy's got toys. Yeah, I think with Galactus being announced now, all of these Heralds of Galactus that are out currently are going to become a little bit more desirable on the aftermarket. That's just how the game works. Screw Toys, welcome my friend. He says, if you get powered down Invisible Woman and a flame down Human Torch in the retro Galactus wave, should come with a powered up version. The Galactus should come with the powered up versions with them. I would take that all day long, my friend. That's a great idea. We need Firelord, says Jay's Toys Collection. hold your horses, Jay. We're not quite there yet, Jay. All right, just slow down. But we will move on from Tyrax now, as I said, and we're getting to Airwalker. Now, this is one of the heralds that I don't really know much about. I don't ever remember reading a comic with him in at all, and I don't think we've had a legend of him at all either. If we had, his name would have rung more of a bell. Usually when the figure exists, if it's a character I don't know, I do some deep diving. I don't know if you've seen any Who Is He segments on the channel. I haven't in a while, don't get me wrong, but I used to. But yeah, if we had an Airwalker figure, I would have known who is he and learnt all about him. But unfortunately, I didn't. But thanks for all of us. We've got Professor Rich here and can give us at least a little bit about Airwalker. So Airwalker, can he walk on air?
So yeah, he can walk on air because he can fly.
The name makes sense.
Gabriel Land, so he's a Xandrian, so he's part of the Nova Corps, like Nova.
Oh, okay.
So what happened was like his ship. So his ship went into like this like nebula. Galactus came and to stop him like destroying the ship, to stop him destroying this world, he became one of Galactus's like heralds. So he first appeared in Fantastic Four 120 in March 1972, and he's tied a lot to Firelord, who we'll get to in a bit. But this is like he's lesser known than Firelord. Yeah. So he became one of Galactus's heralds, but he didn't last long. Like he was killed by this like group of aliens, and then Galactus he was Galactus's favorite herald because he was like very obedient. They had kind of like a friendship going on in the comic books. So Galactus like transferred his consciousness into his ship, into his world mind, and then he put it into like an android body. So like he's been killed and returned many times into this android body because Galactus just keeps his consciousness around because obviously that was his like favorite one. So yeah, that's about it with him. He's not really like, he's got a really interesting design, but he's not the most memorable of all the heralds.
Well, a few people have already jumped in saying hit. We got Tanner with a hit, Tom with the Mini Plastic Multiverse. He says I'm down for all of these. Prime to the First says yo, just made it and I'm taking notes. Dan, let's go. Welcome, my friend. Welcome here on a Thursday evening. Pogo also says, is the Discord still a thing? The Discord is of course still a thing. If the link in the description doesn't work, I'll try and find the link and post it for you. Or hopefully someone in the chat will kindly post the Discord link for you. But yeah, of course the Discord's still a thing. Get involved with the Discord. So yeah, okay, so Pogo saying Airwalker, so random, but a hit. His airness, says Mario with a laughing faces. Jamie says, no idea who he is, but he goes well with Galactus and a hit. Well, Jamie's gone in for the Galactus, so of course he wants anyone that matches the Galactus. He's like, hit. If it's Galactus related, if he's Galactus's auntie, I'm in. Hit. Cameron says he hates that design, and yeah, it's not the most. I don't know. It is a funky design, isn't it?
It's like Roman soldier with like fire wings, isn't it? It's like that kind of thing.
Yeah, essentially that. Yeah, just like a Roman gladiator that got fire wings. That's exactly what it is. Perfect. That's exactly what the designer was like. Well, how should he be? Gladiator with fire wings. Just exactly what we thought. Tekken Collect says, welcome to the Airwalker 101. Yeah, and now haven't we all learned something today? That's what's great about these streams. We learn things. If Rich isn't here live, he's always writing me some notes so he can talk subconsciously through my ear. Damien says, reminds me a little of the controller body-wise. Cloud Foxwell says, pow, how you doing? Jeremy says, gonna pick up a bong and take a hit. Nice. I like what you did there, Jamie. You worked hit into a sentence, and I appreciate you for it. I was pulled into his genuine normal sentence there, but I seen where it was going. Cameron Wright says, I'll miss off design alone. Cheeky Monkey says hit. Matt Martins, of course, says hit. Pogo said, thank you, Daniel. Welcome, my friend. Tony Collector says hit. And there you go. Phil Jones, of course. Appreciate you, Phil. He has just put the Discord, and since we don't have a pinned comment right now, I will put that to the top. It is a pinned comment. If you want to join the Discord, people, where basically the live chat continues on many different categories and subjects throughout the Discord, that's where you go. The Discord is live. Matt W says Airwalker looked awesome on Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon. Oh, so there you go. There's another one where your nephews might know of, and you were like, how do you know about Airwalker? And it's like bloody cartoons. Mark Rooker says, Rich tells bars about the original Punisher. If anything is a troop builder, it's that.
Ooh, keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled.
Okay. Abnugler says, to be honest, I only want Firelord and Nova. Everyone else is just an added benefit. Bones to the PhD candidate says, had to go and pick up the 3 3/4 inch Silver Surfer from the Marvel Studios line to display with this guy. Really hoping they avoid putting the Fantastic Four members in since I ordered the Mezco team. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get the Fantastic Four members within an add-on for Galactus because they're doing that as a separate wave. So I think you'll be fine in regards to that. And the Mezco ones look great as well, to be fair. And yeah, Mezco, they must have got a heads up from Hasbro that they're doing a giant Galactus because they go great with this figure as well, I am sure.
There's someone in Barcelona now hoping one of the add-ons is a Mr. Fantastic and Bones, you want to sell your Mezco Mr. Fantastic, man.
Yeah. He says, Mario, Dan, are you sitting on your beer? Open a new one, mate. Yeah, I'm not joking. Like Rich, I might have to run and get another drink. I've run out of Koppelberg. I did have a fresh one earlier, but the stress of the NECA trying to buy that NECA figure just made me kept swigging it back, honestly. So I'll go and grab another one in a second. Nathan says, if it's free, I shouldn't complain. Yeah, if it's an add-on and you get an Airwalker, who sell it on. Even these add-ons will go for a pretty penny on the aftermarket.
Well, what else is the internet for, Nathan?
Exactly.
You can't complain about something.
I know, yeah. Right, okay, next up. Morg. Right, and I don't know nothing about Morg, so I'm going to run and get a drink. And Rich, you tell them about Morg, and then I'll pick up the pieces when I get back. 1 second.
So Morg is the most baddest of all of Galactus's heralds. So Morg the Executioner, he first appeared in Silver Surfer 109 in 1995. He replaced Nova as Herald, and he offered up his own world as sacrifice to Galactus due to his ruthlessness. He just didn't care. So Surfer had to unite all the former heralds to try and defeat him from being Galactus' Herald. In the process, he killed Frankie Ray, and he also destroyed Airwalker's android before Galactus stripped him of the power cosmic, and Terex managed to kill him. Like, before he got killed by Tyrax, he also, like, found, like, this magical pool which gave him, like, even more powers than Surfer. He was, like, the most powerful of all the Heralds there have ever been. But obviously, he was a massive bad guy, so they had to deal with him. They killed him. And yeah, he hasn't been seen since. He's never had a figure. He might have had a Minimate, because Minimate did do a whole line of all the Heralds, I think, and a big Galactus to go with that.
Minimates go there first, don't they? Minimates always get there first.
Minimates do everything. Oh, I mean, Minimates would scale good with that Galactus as well. I mean, they are tiny, like, depending on what you want.
Rob Pollock right now is thinking, shit, you're right. My whole Marvel collection goes with this Galactus. Shout out Rob Pollock.
Shout out Rob. But yeah, Morg is like obviously he's from the 90s, he's got that like 90s look. He's like more ruthless, badder than all the other Heralds, but still a cool character. Never had a figure before, but he's another bigger figure like Terex, I think. So I'm not sure if they would be able to put him in this.
John the Grind says definitely a hit for Morg. Cameron Wright says that's a hit, he looks badass. Bones to the PhD candidate says yes, Morg and Nova are my 2 most wanted heralds. Abnugler said Morg is the cousin of Korg and also brother of Morg from Morg and Mindy. Again, now I don't know if his first bit was true. Like, is he actually the cousin of Korg?
No, not that I know of. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Clearly, he's not the brother of Morg and Mindy because that's Robin Williams. But
Korg is that big bad guy, so I don't know. But then his world got destroyed by Galactus, so I'm not sure.
Abnugler, you're very confusing because I know.
Stop me, Abnugler.
I know the second part of that is wrong, but the first part is like, well, it could be true, I guess.
He said the other one was at me, so I'm not believing anything.
Yeah. Just ignore Ralph. Just ignore him. Jamie says again, I know nothing, but it looks great character. Love a bad guy, and for the sake of being bad, hit. Yeah, Jamie's just excited. He's brought Galactus, and he's like, look, anything that comes with Galactus, just gimme. He's in. Jamie's happy man. Matt Martin says hit. Tanner says he isn't. Thank you, Tanner. Tanner's putting us straight.
Thanks, Tanner.
Yeah. Someone block Ralph, please, with his absolute nonsense. Justice Demon says second cousins. Probably is second cousins with Korg. Brush McGowan says hit, of course. And again, cheers everybody, because I went and got an extra drink. This is like, I shouldn't be probably drinking as much as I have today. It's like literally as soon as I finish my work meeting, I've been drinking. But it's the 50th episode, people, all right? It's the 50th episode. I'm a bit disappointed that Rich is drinking water, but I understand it's hot.
It's just too hot, sorry.
I thought if any
would evaporate.
Mini Plastic Multiverse, Tom, he says hit. Okay, Abnugler's back at it. He says Morg was a spaceman who crashed on Earth. Are you not? What?
Morg, that's from Morg and Mindy. That's Robin
I know who that is from back. I remember watching that. He used to go up in the elevator. He used to go up to the loft on his little sladders. Is it Mimi? What's that? What did he say? Yeah, Mimi. I do remember it. I know what he's talking about anyway.
Is it Nanu?
Yeah, it is. It is Nanu. It is.
Oh yeah, Tanner says Nanu.
Yeah. Tanner knows. Phil Jones says Robin Williams would have been 40 today. Yeah, sad times. He's a legend in the game. I think I did see that online as well myself. Yeah, shout out Robin Williams. Definitely a loss to the... Wow, yeah, it's Robin Williams. What can I say? Toy Fast says, here are the real questions. What do you not want with your Galactus? Pile of shit, like a literal pile of shit. If they say, look, here's some fresh horse shit to fertilise your crops with Galactus, that wouldn't be a good add-on. I'd be like, nah, I don't need that. What about you, Rich? What don't you want with your Galactus?
I mean, if it was like just a bunch of normal figures, like that would just be boring. Or if they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll release these 2 years from now. We'll release them as like single packs. It's like, no, give me some exclusives.
Yeah.
Then I do want to build that Prime Sentinel, so it's like I'm stuck. So I want more of them. It's like, what do I do?
No, Rich wants the Prime Sentinel as an add-on for this Galactus anyway. That's what Rich wants.
More Prime Sentinels, please. To go with my Omega Sentinels, just Sentinel Army.
Lifebringer Galactus repaint release, says Justice Demon. Okay, all jokes aside, Robin Williams Morg would have been an excellent Herald of Galactus. You're right, Abnogler, you're right, he would have been. Phil Jones says chips. Tana says Galactus diarrhea. That's true. And Alvis head. Yeah, I think Tom Britt on one of the I keep calling him Compost Hulk because no one wants him. I can't call him anything else now. The Compost Hulk on my Twitter earlier. I think Tom put this is the most unnecessary Marvel legend since Alvis MODOK. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong, is he? No one wanted out of it, MODOK. We just wanted the captain. But Phil, you want the captain, don't you, Rich, actually? You want the captain, you don't want MODOK. I would
get the captain, yeah. He was in 12 issues, not just one like these two, you know?
Yeah. If anyone wants Alvis MODOK but doesn't want the captain, speak to Rich, all right? We can make something happen.
Call me.
Mario says, our drink with you, Dan. Cheers, congratulations on 50, brother. Well, thank you for my friend. 50 is a big deal. 50 being consistent in this YouTube game is a big deal. Trust me, people do something, and because it's not a hit straight away, and they just fall off. Like, you got to be consistent. It's fine. I'd still be doing this if there was only 10 of you watching. Don't worry. I enjoy doing this regardless. Me and Rich would just be here chatting to ourselves with Phil Jones in the chat. Like, we wouldn't care. We'd be like, let's talk toys. So we're all good. We appreciate you all.
No, I'm only if it goes over 100. Once it goes down and gone.
Shit. Quick. We need our facts, people. Let's move on to the next one real quick. Okay. Stardust. No, it's not Dustin Rhodes. From Dustin Rhodes is the former Stardust from WWE, but obviously it's ECW now. ECW. I realise that I've probably lost us viewers by saying that, but if you're a wrestling fan, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Stardust in Marvel form. So if this isn't Dustin Rhodes, who is it?
So Stardust is one of the newer Heralds from 2005, debuting in Stormbreaker, the saga of Better Ray Bill. So unlike the other Heralds, not only does she find worlds for Galactus, but she also makes it her mission to kill anyone who tries to escape from those worlds. So if Galactus is targeting a planet, you're buggered, because if you're trying to get off it and escape, she will kill you as well. So she's like this from this like ethereal race of like beings made of like cosmic energy. So then when she was imbued with the power of cosmic, it made her immortal. So you can't destroy her, she can just reconstruct herself. So she died in the Annihilation crossover, the Annihilation wave, and she just like came back, so it doesn't really do anything to her. She's also like, she started off as a boy. She was like male in the first appearance, and then since then they've retconned it, now she's a female. So yeah, she's kind of just like this floaty, ethereal kind of thing. Like if you wanted like this clear plastic kind of effect, like that would be a really cool thing to have. So she has like these like floaty bits. She's kind of like amphibian, like fish.
Yeah, it looks like I was about to say she looks like a lizardy type woman. Like, it's not a human, is it? It's like a lizard.
the look of her makes her look quite nice and quite like as if she would be like a good character, like a peaceful character. But obviously she's not, because she will like kill anyone who tries to escape these worlds when she was like the Herald of Galactus. And again, she was back with Galactus in the new Thor series. Again, read the first 6 issues of that Thor series if you like Galactus. There's a lot about Galactus and world building from that as well.
Yeah, so there you go, Stardust. As I said, this would be an interesting figure. It'd have to be translucent with some glittery effects or something.
Mini plastic multiverse, it looks like a shit figure.
It would be an interesting figure depending on what they did. And also, I do want to point out, I will correct myself when I'm wrong. I was saying Dustin Rhodes is Stardust. Dustin Rhodes is, of course, Gold Dust. Stardust was the crappy gimmick that Cody Rhodes did for a while in WWE. So, yes, Stardust was Cody Rhodes, not Dustin Rhodes. My mistake. My apologies.
Was that when like one was in gold and one was in silver?
Yeah. So Gold Dust is Dustin, who I said.
Yeah.
So my brain went straight to Dustin, but obviously Stardust was the crappy gimmick when Cody copied his brother. But anyway, it doesn't matter now. None of them have any of this on. It's Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes. AEW, what I said before. But yeah, back to Stardust, the actual Marvel Legend character, which Rich said, quite a recent Herald. Would be an interesting Marvel Legend, like we said. Sort of like looks like a sort of I don't know, a fish ghost woman. I don't know how else to break it down. Fish ghost woman? If that makes sense. I think,
yeah, like a fish ghost type of thing.
We're making it sound bad, ain't we? We're making it sound terrible. Basically, it's like a fish ghost. You want to figure out a fish ghost, right? What's the next Galactus add-on? Oh, it's a fish ghost woman. It's a fish ghost. We're idiots. Like we're not really selling this, are we? No, Dan, Ryan, Droy, are you doing that fish ghost woman as an add-on? Are you? Like that's what we want, right? Sorry, my bad. I do apologise.
She's got one of the most unique looks, I think, out of all like the Heralds. She's got like one of the most unique looks, I think, out of them all. So again, it would be different from just having these humanoid figures. I don't think they're going to make it because obviously it would need a lot of new sculpting, and I don't think she's that well known again. So. Well,
Tom also apologises. He says, "Sorry, I'm one of those weird people who don't like translucent figures that much." There was a What If comic where Dazzler becomes the Herald of Galactus. Would you be interested in a Dazzler Herald at Rich M? So I don't know if I believe anything Abnugler says anymore. So is that true?
That is true. And for a bit, Dazzler in her own comic book in the normal universe did actually work for Galactus. But she was just in her like disco dancing uniform, so we kind of got it. I mean, like put some sparkly things in her hand and you're sorted.
Yeah, Jamie says hit, but only if it comes with a Cody head. Yeah, my bad. I saw Cody live as Stardust, and he came over to me and scared the missus. That's what Jay's Toy Collection UK says that. Yeah, my missus also hates wrestling. She would never even come to a wrestling show with me, but that did make me laugh because I think Cody did go all in with that character, to be fair to him. He committed to the cause, that was for sure. I like Stardust. She's a very deep cut. It's a hit from Pogo. And then Toy Fast says, wait, Stardust is not Cody Rhodes? Yeah. Toy Fast is probably the right person to crack that joke, but yeah, there we go. I'm still just laughing at the bluntness of Tom going, I'm sorry, but this figure looks shit. Murgo says Tekken Collect. Jamie says Fish Ghost not far from the Frogman. Interesting. Frogman does need a lover. Jay on the Grind says miss. Justice Demon says what's her name? Ziggy Fish Ghost. Jay's Toys Collection says Fish Ghost. Nope, you're selling this one. You're not selling this one, lads. Yeah, it's true. I do apologise. That's my own fault. I shouldn't have said anything. But we appreciate Rich educating us on this new Herald of Galactus. But yeah, she could be. As I said, all the Heralds are on the board for Marvel at this point.
Look at Mark Taktak's comment. Like he's like a prophet there.
Thor
was a Herald of Galactus.
Was he?
The Donny Cates comic run. He just thought of that.
Shall we click
by magic?
Shall we click the next button? Oh, it's Thor! Right on time, Mark. You got my text. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mark says exactly that. Thor was a Herald of Galactus, and the Donny Cates comic run just thought of that, and there he is on screen. Rich thought of it as well, and there he is. So yeah, Thor was, and Thor's like you said, he got loads of their Heralds together. I've seen a comic panel where it's him and Terex and Firelord and all that standing up there. Nova, I think's in it as well. So how did Thor become a Herald?
So basically, Galactus comes to Thor because there's this thing called the Black Winter that is going to destroy all of the galaxy, and he's going to destroy Asgard, destroy everything. And the only way to stop it is for like them all to unite, for them to go and battle this Black Winter. So Thor joins Galactus and is given power cosmic to make him the new Herald. So he gets this like funky new look and his like headbands as if he's like David Beckham or something. I don't know. But he's got his hammer now imbued with the power cosmic and with lightning, and then they gather like all the remaining heralds, and then they go to fight the Black Winter. But then they find out, so spoiler alert, stop now if you don't want to spoil the first 6 issues of Thor.
Wait, I might still have a spoiler warning. Hang on. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. Carry on. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, I'll just be 2 minutes and I'll stop, right? I'll put my hand up like that when I stop, right? So Black Winter, it turns out, is like Galactus is like uses Galactus as like his servant. So Galactus is kind of the herald of the Black Winter to destroy all the universe. So when Thor finds this out, like because he's got the power cosmic now, he like battles Galactus and like stops him because he's like betrayed him, and then he like gets rid, doesn't be a herald anymore, stops the Black Winter and returns to the normal universe. Returns with Asgard to carry on. But the big thing obviously with this is inside this was when the Marvel comic book universe crossed over to Fortnite. So you had Thor in this look and Galactus in Fortnite, because the Fortnite world was basically Galactus Thor had to take him to 5 worlds Galactus had to destroy, and this would stop the Black Winter, but it was all a lie. And one of the universes he had to go to was the Fortnite universe. So that's how all the Marvel characters ended up in Fortnite.
That's actually canon. That's actually Marvel canon.
It literally takes place between like pages of the it's like I think issue 2 or 3. It's like in between panels you see him collect like 4 worlds. You don't see the 5th world, but it's basically the Fortnite universe. That's what happens, and that's where the Fortnite event is supposed to happen. So like I think it was the one before last season of Fortnite. So the big boss of that season is you battle Galactus at the end on a bus, and then like destroy him with like Thor and all the heroes flying around you. So Thor recruits other heroes to it, and it's like the end of every comic book. There's bits that like tie in. So like in the X-Men, it's like Domino, Mystique, and Storm are like sitting at a table playing cards, and then they just blip out of existence, and then they blip back, and they've got all the guns because they've been in the Fortnite universe, but they don't remember anything about it.
What the hell? Comics are crazy, people.
But you say that though, and if they put this one in, my nephews would be begging for it because they love this Thor. Like to them, this is Thor.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
all they see is this design. Because
of course,
they play that game all the time.
That's the new generation coming in. As I said, people like, as I said, I'm past playing Fortnite. I never played it in my life, but there's obviously one of the most popular games on the planet right now. And if that's their introduction into Marvel, it's the same way of me being introduced to Marvel via the animated series. It's the same concept, just 2 decades apart. So yeah, this is someone else's mind's eye of Thor, and as Rich said, very recent as well. And it's canon, and it happened. And even Jamie said it as well. Well, I can see this being in the Fortnite too. And as I said, Hasbro do have the Fortnite license now. Maybe we will see something like this in the future.
I mean, I think they will make this figure, but I think with Thor doesn't have many alternate looks. He tends to have the same standard look. So I think something like this, they'll save for like, I mean, we've got Thor 4 out next year. So for that movie, if you're going to get comic figures in the wave, something like this would be, I think, a big draw and would sell more probably than putting it as a pack-in. I think, like you said, like I said about the Fortnite viewers, they would buy this figure just for that. I mean, you've already got that like glowing hammer with that figure that you reviewed yesterday with the Fat Thor. I mean, it's kind of like the same kind of look. Yeah, so you've kind of got that already. Like, and Thor carries on with this look, even though he's not a herald. He goes back to putting his helmet on, but his costume stays the same. He just doesn't glow. So if you put an alternate head with this one, not like they should have included an alternate head with the other one as well. But if you put an alternate head with this one, you kind of get both looks of from the Galactus run and his now current look as well. So that would be a good design.
Well, as I said, Jamie said hit. Pogo says hits with the hammers. Firstly, for Chicken says, I've been hoping they'd include the Marvel Zombies Avengers as a stretch goal because they ate and killed Galactus, gaining his powers. I'd love that. Yeah, that would be interesting. George says hit on Thor. And then Tekken Collects says Fortnite is everywhere, the new Funko. And then Bones, the PhD candidate says, so you're telling me beef buff Herald of Galactus could be a thing? Wow, Robo must love that concept. Robo will make that happen, I'm sure. Give it about a year when Robo's doing his review of Galactus. I'm sure we'll see beef buffs in his new Carnage outfit, if you've seen his recent playday as the new Herald of Galactus. But yeah, interesting. Okay, I knew Marvel was in the Fortnite, but I didn't realise that it's some way canon. Like, I know it's cheeky the way they do it, but it technically still is canon, and it's still Thor. If you got a big, tall, chunky guy with long hair holding the hammer, anyone knows it's Thor, some version of Thor at least. So yeah, it would be interesting. I'd like Rich says, I don't see it happening as an add-on for this particular Galactus, but I can see a figure of this being made down the line. Hasbro do have the main license for Marvel. They also are now taking over Fortnite. Fortnite have also Hasbro's first Fortnite figure is Snake Eyes and a Fortnite collaboration. So there's no reason they can't do Marvel collaborations moving forward. So this could be something we see in the future, whether it's a unlockable tier or not. But okay, next up. This one, I think a lot of people, one of the first Heralds that people mention when we ask what they'd like to see. It's one of the more well-known Heralds that hasn't had a Marvel Legend, I don't think. Has he ever had a Toy Biz one? I don't think he has, Rich, right?
You had a figure in the 5-inch line.
Yeah, so not 6-inch, not the Marvel Legend sort of scale that we know.
No, never had.
But it was in. I remember doing the Fantastic Four retro stream, and we definitely seen him in that. So he's had an action figure before, just never had the Marvel Legends scale figure we need. And as I said, like, this guy just reminds me. Do you know Gladiators, where they had the podium where they'd be fighting on that stand or the thing? Just reminds me of Duel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just reminds me of like if they set fire to the end of Duel and you were just like that. That's what Firelord reminds me of. But of course, you can educate me a little bit more on Firelord.
So like I said about A-Walker, this is another Nova Corps from Xander. So Pirius Kill, he was part of A-Walker's ship when he was abducted, and when A-Walker became part of Galactus' new Herald, like the rest of the crew didn't know what had happened to him, where he had gone. So he made his mission to find A-Walker. Luckily for Galactus, when he came and found Galactus, it was just as A-Walker died. So he agreed to tell Firelord what happened, but only if he became his new Herald. So that's what happened. So he imbued him with the cosmic flame, which is why he's got all this like flame effect. Again, he didn't have these powers before he got transformed, and he was like given like this like pole so he could like generate it and like fight people. So that's about it with Firelord. I mean, he's got mastery of the cosmic flame. He's been in like the cartoons. He's been on that like retro card, like you said, and he's like he's got a unique, like a really, I think, toyetic look to him.
Oh, agreed.
So he make like a really great figure. I think like you can do translucent. You can do like the flame effects coming off. So again, it would be a really good one. But again, I think with this one, it's more of a candidate for the retro card packaging. If they're going to do more waves, or like maybe it might be in this first wave. We haven't had confirmation yet of who's going to be in it.
Yeah.
He'd be like a really cool figure to have on that packaging, because like he came in the original Toy Biz wave, and I think a lot of people had that figure growing up as well. He was in like the 90s Fantastic Four animated series as well. So,
like you said, he's very toyetic, and it's a new character for our Marvel Legends display that would be very good. Again, it fits in sort of your cosmic sort of realm, and like as toyetic is the perfect word, because I know it looks like a Human Torch, but his design is in there a little bit. It's not just all bland. He's got a costume under there. He's got the flaming balls on the end of his jewel. I think someone called it joist. Jay on the grind says joist. Joust.
That's the American Gladiators called it.
I assumed it was the American version of joust, but we all know what we're talking about. Then when we ask people what they want to see as Heralds of Galactus add-ons, Firelord is definitely in the top 2 of ones being asked for, and you can that reflects as well in what people are saying in the comments. Phil Jones obviously starting us off with the hits. Jamie with a hit. Cameron Wright with a triple hit. Pogo says Firelord hit. Jay Toys Collection UK is talking to Cheeky Monkey. He says, got to love our Thursday night date night watching Dan Who bring the missus. Is the missus watching, Jay? What's her name? We'll give her a wave. We'll give her a name. We appreciate you watching. Matt Martin says, huge hit for Firelord. Eric Stream says, Dan, how does the new Thor scale with other legends? That fat Thor was way too small. Eric Stream, I don't know if you heard of the channel Dan Who Reviews, but I post some reviews, and on those reviews I do lots of comparisons. Go and check out the video, my friend. There's lots of comparisons. But he's pretty tall. He's pretty tall. So there's your Hellfire Hank. Like, he's taller than Hellfire Hank. You can't really see, but he's taller than Hellfire Hank. He's taller than your average 6-inch Marvel Legend. He's a good size. He's a decent size. But Thor should be. So I reckon he scales really well. But check out the review. It's on the channel. Eric Stream. Jay's Toys Collection UK says, yes, biggest hit, Fire. Turbo and Nitro, says Home Dude. Tech and Collect says, Terex, Airwalker, Nova, Firelord would create a theme of elements to tie them together with a theme Earth, Wind, Fire, Release. Okay. Could work, sort of. You could make that work. Mario says, all of these are a miss for me except for Silver Surfer and Nova. Everything else is a bit of a reach. And yeah, as I said, some of these are deeper cuts if you've not been reading like the Cosmic Worlds. Like, some of these characters I'm aware of due to just media in general, but I haven't really read comics with them in, but I'm aware of the character's existence. But that's what we've got. Rich here, he educates us all. Abnugler says, plus he's got a fiery American Gladiator stick. That is his main appeal. I'm not going to lie, is that fiery stick. Dame is better than a Fish Ghost woman, isn't it, to be fair? What do you want, Fish Ghost woman or a guy with a fiery stick? Come on. Damien says hit. Tanner says hit. Yes, we need the Q-tip. Don't stick that in your ear though, Tanner, that would burn. Tony Collector says hit. Ricardo says we need Tyrant. Cheeky Monkey says hi, Dan. Hi, Cheeky Monkey. Hello, how are you? Eric Stream with a triple hit. Cheeky Monkey says the missus, her name is it Kara? Am I saying that right, Rich? Kara?
Kiara, I think Cheeky Monkey is Jay's Collection's missus. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Cheeky Monkey is.
Hello.
Hello, Cheeky Monkey, Kara. Hello. Sorry, I was confused there. I was confused for a second. But hello to you both. Hello. We appreciate you joining us on a Tuesday, Thursday. I was about to say Tuesday, whatever day of the week it is. We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Mario, good side Thor, good scale. Ruler of randomness. I'd happily take more villains. But yeah, I think Firelord, like, especially with the Fantastic Four retro line that's coming out, like Rich said, with this Galactus, he's not going to be far off Hasbro's radar. Like, he's got to be on those, if they're in those board meetings with those big boards of all these characters on the wall of what they should make, he's got to be on there, surely. So sooner rather than later. Can he deflect tennis ball cannons with it? That'd be pretty good. Jamie with the Fish Ghost emojis. We appreciate that. Golden Ardy or I Riot, says Justin Demon. Okay, we'll get there eventually, my friend. But next up is Impossible Man. Now, I know nothing about this guy, and I nothing at all. Who's this guy?
So, Impossible Man is one of the classic Fantastic Four characters. He appeared way back in Fantastic Four issue 4. In 1963. He is not a Herald of Galactus. He is one of Galactus's big enemies.
Oh, wow.
So, Impossible Man, he belongs to an alien race called the Pop-Up-Upines, I think it's called, Pop-Upians. So he's from the planet Pop-Up in the 10th galaxy. And they all share a collective consciousness, and his ability is to shape-shift. As their planet is so dangerous, they have the ability to evolve really quickly, so he can like morph into like different things and change his like appearance. So his main link to Galactus was there was a storyline where the Impossible Man convinces Galactus to consume his homeworld to kind of like save Earth instead, so to consume the planet Pop-Up, because they've all got like a hive mind, like they'd all live on in Impossible Man.
Okay.
And then when he does that, Galactus perishes from cosmic indigestion because the Impossible people are such a bunch of terrible people. So yeah, so it's a stupid storyline. It's a stupid character, but he is just like, he's kind of like an army builder as well, because all like
they look the same.
People kind of like look the same. Yeah. So like he gets an impossible wife and impossible kids again in the future. So I mean, he has actually had a figure as well in the Marvel Legends line back with Toy Biz. So in the Fantastic Four Classics, before they were Legends, in the Fantastic Four Classics line, he was like a little pack-in with the Human Torch figure. So he had like an articulated neck and like a shoulder joints as well. But yeah, he'd be like he's a bit smaller as well, so than the normal characters. So as an add-on that could fit in Galactus's hand, because when we did this list, the only hint we had was that the next add-on could fit in Galactus's hand.
Yeah.
So we were thinking of things, and then I thought, well, if they're gonna put like a littler figure kind of like with it, this would be a good choice, and he does have that link to Galactus, and that he did defeat him.
So yeah, there you go. Like, I'm just laughing at the comments because Jay and the Grind just put heck no. Rule of Randomness, we're getting an extra X-Men wave this year, so we could think we could see more than one Fantastic Four base wave next year, possibly. Cameron Wright says that's a definite hit. Tanner says he was an accessory in an old Fantastic Four figure line, just like Rich just said. Crime to the First says his laughing face. He says so goofy in the comics. Garrett says they have to release Impossible Man if they are releasing Compound Hulk, which ties nicely with Tom's comment of Mini Plastic Multiverse. He says, need this to go with my Compound Hulk. They're just creating their own team of misfit Marvel Legends no one wanted. Basically, you got Compound Hulk, Alvis, and Impossible Man, Alvis Modoc as a team. Jamie says, now he looks cool, looks like the little alien guy from the Flintstones. Collect and Collect says, boo, work hall, keep up the great chat. We appreciate you, Tech and Collect. Thank you for sticking with us, even during work times. I always appreciate our American friends sticking with us during these times. Matt Martin says, miss for me, I already have Impossible Man when he came with the Fantastic Four Classics wave. Justice Demon says, his Mr. Mixelplix. Is it Mixelplix? I think I'm saying that right. It's from...
DC,
no,
from Superman.
Yeah. Z-Man's in the house. Z-Man says, pow. How you doing, Z-Man? Glad you're here. He says, pow, and he also says, hit for Impossible Man. Z-Man likes all the crazy wild characters. I'm not surprised Z-Man likes him. The Great Gatso says, Abnor Glitter Jamie. Conehead says to Phil Jones. Jay's Toy Collection, he says his image is on the back of the Compound Hulk box. Did anyone buy Compound Hulk? Like, I'm very curious. Garrett says Impossible Man is on the oh no, I've just said that. Screw Toy says delivering mail while I listen to the live. Screw Toys, we appreciate you. And then, oh my god, hit love Impossible Man, says Pogo. So yeah, I do love it with Phil. Rich, when you pull out these random characters that like people wouldn't think to put in the list, but it still makes sense for the list, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like we could have filled this list with like 15 Heralds or variants, but I just thought that was a bit boring. So we've done the Heralds. Let's go for some more. Tie-ins to Galactus.
No, that's funny. I get this, and again, this is the type of figure that probably wouldn't work in a main wave, so it would be an interesting packing. Probably not for the Galactus, but again, it's something you could see somewhere. Maybe as an accessory for a Marvel Legend down the line, or a box set or something. Who knows? But definitely an interesting character design. He's not a tall guy, right? He looks short, so I'm assuming he's short.
Yeah, he's short. He can like kind of change his sizes, but yeah, mostly he's like quite short. He's a bit like comes up to like about the chest, I'd say. Yeah,
all good. Right, next up. Right, how do you say this name properly? Because I don't want to butcher it.
So, Abraxas.
Abraxas, okay. I was going to say Abracus, but Abraxas sounds better. Okay, who's this guy?
So, this is like Galactus's big enemy, or that's what like it was set up with. So, he first appeared way back in the Fantastic Four Annual in 2001, created by Jeff Loeb, who went on to run the Marvel TV universe, and Carlos Pacheco as well. So Abraxas, he's like a cosmic entity, and his origins date back to like the Big Bang, so like with like eternity and stuff like that. So he was imprisoned by eternity, and he can only break free from his prison like with the death of Galactus. So when Galactus dies, it will release him, and it will be the end of all things. So what happens is in another reality, basically a Galactus head. Like the withered head that we've seen on Galactus.
Yep.
So one of those heads lands in the 616, and obviously because a dead Galactus has shown up, Abraxas can escape then, and obviously tries to like end reality. So he kills another universe's Galactus, and then it's up to the Fantastic Four to kind of like stop him. They manage to make him like kind of like forget like who he is with like help from the Watcher, and then like they defeat him. But he's kind of like one of the big bads tied to Galactus. He's one of the only enemies like specific to Galactus until the Black Widow came along later on. So he's like a character that's come up in like a couple of poses. He is a bit obscure, but he's like a cool look. It would just be like, you know, a little sash dress on like a normal body, and then you could pull it off.
Any character that is a genuine threat to Galactus is definitely piques my interest, because obviously you think of Galactus being the big bad, like. So if you're a genuine threat to Galactus, I want to know why. So I like characters like him, and like you said, the Winter one. So Galactus has threats. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's an interesting story. So that Galactus head that lands on the 616 is a different world Galactus, but the rule still applies that a Galactus died, he can be released. So I like the little loophole for that. But we've never had a figure of it. 100% definitely know that from anywhere, I don't think, right?
No, never. And like a lot of people said they wanted the ultimate nullifier. Well, that's what Abraxas was looking for, the ultimate nullifier to destroy Galactus, so he could come with the ultimate nullifier as well.
Well, we've got that. We got that with Fifth is Fantastic, Reed Richards. But yeah, we shall see. So is anyone curious of this guy? I want to see some hits or misses for Abraxas. Could Yuri the Watcher be considered as an army builder? Says Justice Demon. Could he? I guess. Well, Loki has opened the door to the multiverse. So, like, everything can be an army builder at this point because everything could just be ultimate versions. Hank may meet his variant Hank sometime soon. You never know.
Well, Uatu is one Watcher, but obviously there's like a legion of Watchers. And they've all got different names, but essentially they all look the same. So you could, if there was a Watcher, you could kind of like build it out, but keep watching. keep watching. I like what you did there. Omega Weapon, he says, we're all impossible, man, when the missus tell us to do something. Abraxas is worse than Galactus, says Omega. I'm assuming he means in character wise, not toy wise. Cameron Wright says that right there has sold me on him already. Hit Rich taking money from me with his knowledge. Unfortunately, Hasbro do not give any money to Rich. We've been trying to get Rich is a lawyer as well, of course, as you know, and Rich has been talking to the Hasbro team consistently. But yeah, so far they do how boring my job actually is.
Mini Plastic Multiverse says hit. This guy sounds cool. Not sure on his costume though. Phil Jones says hit. Jan the Grind says hit. We need a fence emoji because I'm on it. I like that, Pogo. Pogo, I may actually make that happen. A little fence emoji for the people in between. But yeah, he says we're on the fence for Abraxas. Thomas Brock says, what's up, y'all? What's up, Thomas? Thank you for joining us. How you doing here on a Thursday evening? Jamie says we could get a Galactus head throne for King Thanos. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be cool. Okay, let's jump through these a little quicker now. We're nearing the end. We've talked about this many times already today. Lots of people have suggested this as a possible tier. And I'm sure Rich doesn't need to drop lots of knowledge. But Rich, can you see that Invisible Woman there?
I don't, it's just hands. I just see hands.
Crazy. So Invisible Woman is clearly Sue Storm. I can tell you about her. We've got lots of Sue Storms already in figure form. We have got a rumoured retro wave of Fantastic Four figures, which we all assume we're going to get another Sue in. We've already seen Johnny Storm in his classic uniform, so we're hoping we get the classic uniform of the whole team, so we have that full team. So getting a fully translucent Invisible Woman like we did as a variant in the classic Fantastic Four retro line with Toy Biz, this would be a great place for it. And a few people have suggested it already. Someone suggested as well we get Invisible Woman and Flame On Johnny Storm as an add-on with the Galactus as well. I'd take that, I guess. But I would like a nice translucent Invisible Woman for the display. This may even happen without Galactus. It may be a variant or a fan channel exclusive or something at some point. But have you got any of the Invisible Womans, Rich? You must have a few, right?
I had the old Toy Biz one, like the 5-inch version. Yeah. But I checked it because it just went like all yellow and horrible. There was
even a Jessica Alba variant as well, wasn't there? Yeah.
They did it when they did those like movie figures. Yeah, there was a clear Jessica Alba. Yeah. Everyone wanted to see through Jessica Alba.
Yeah. And Hasbro haven't done it yet. So Hasbro, as I said, they've given us a couple of Sues so far, but they've not given us a fully translucent one. They give us like a half translucent hand. But I know this has got to be on Hasbro's radar to do eventually. I think they're just still sussing out that translucent tech. Like, I think Dwight has mentioned it a few times that they're trying to get the translucent so you don't see the joints as clear. I think they're trying something new with the AOA Iceman.
That looks like because the renders of that I wasn't particularly keen on. But when they've shown the actual, like, the sculpted versions of Iceman, I think that looks like a fantastic figure. And something like this like invisible woman, if they put a regular invisible woman on that retro carded wave, it's not like you're losing out then if you don't get this figure. So like stuff like this, like a clear invisible woman, like a translucent orange, like Human Torch.
Yeah.
Like I think they would be good add-on tier pack-ins, because it's not really taken away. You can still get the normal versions then in the regular wave. It's just something extra for people who can get something different, and it obviously keeps the costs down as well.
Yeah, and as I said, I was going to keep this as an exclusive, but why not tell everyone now? Hasbro did send me a package, and in it was the brand new Invisible Woman! There she is! Look at her!
That technology is even better than Iceland. Look at that, man.
Look at that. She's there in all her glory. Look at that.
No pins as well.
No pins, completely pinless. Tana says, "Oh my God, it's John Cena. I can't see it. You can't see Sue. You can't see Sue." Yeah, Invisible Woman. Okay, we don't need to break that down, but just real quick, are people interested in Sue Storm being completely invisible? I think Pogos has hit. Abnuggle is talking to Rich, saying, "Rich, I can sue Hasbro for stealing my custom ideas, and you can be my lawyer." That's true. Abnuggle has got some good customs. Yeah, what was the recent one he showed us? It was Cyber, wasn't it? He did Cyber, and then
Cyber.
Yeah, then Marvel
the Cannonball he did was really good as well.
Yeah. Maybe you have to hire Rich. You have to speak to Rich's assistants. He's got a whole firm.
Get my billable hours up there.
Yeah. You get in touch with his firm.
International calls to Mexico. That's got to be a good bum money.
Yeah. The Rucker says to Rich, you think a customizer could make what's that? Tenor? I can't read that word out of Galactus.
Tenebris. So it's like one of the Celestials. So it's like a black version of Galactus. It's got like a different head. Yeah, a customizer probably could do that. I mean, it would be a lot of money for like someone like me to try to do that. I know, yeah. But, like,
here's £400. Paint my figure.
But I think, like, as well, like, Galactus could be used for, like, building Celestials. I think there's probably customers out there who could make a mint, with, like, the skills that they've got, like, on these big figures. They could make those, like, big things that people want. I mean, it's not impossible. I think for someone like me or Dan to do, probably not. But, like, there's loads of great customizers out there who are probably already planning how to do this.
As I said, Pogo said yes to, as I said, Tanner was cracking jokes about John Cena. Damien says, would you compare Brackus to Kovic Rich?
Kovac would be cool Marvel Legend. I mean, he was nearly on this list. He's got links to Galactus as well, and he's kind of like an energy being type of thing, like super powered as well. But he's more tied to the Avengers, so that's why I kind of like left him off this list.
Marvel Legends UK, which I think that's Neil, so shout out Neil. He says Tyrax needs to come out next year, 10 years since the return of Marvel Legends, and he is the first bath of the return of Marvel Legends era. It's next year, 2022 is the 20-year anniversary of Marvel Legends, so I think we're going to get a re-release of the original Wave 1 that includes Toad, Hulk, Captain America and Iron Man. That would be my guess. They'd do something.
Do you think that could be like next year's like summer theme?
Oh, 100%. That's a great shout. Yeah, next year's summer theme could very much be the 20-year anniversary of Marvel Legends, and they just pick some of the best Marvel Legends to upgrade or something, maybe re-release, who knows. But next year, definitely expect some sort of celebration about 22 years of Legends. And we could do that. By the way, we still plan on doing lots of streams towards the end of the year. We could do like best Legends of the 20 years if we wanted to. Like, if we wanted to put in that work, I guess we could, maybe. Mini Plastic Multiverse says, insert on the fence at Ocon here. I don't care if I never get this figure, but I'd take it if it offered. Abnuggle also says, or have they, Dan, in regards to Hasbro sending me the Sue Storm? Yeah, can't you see it? Can't you see it? She's on my hand there. Definitely there, I promise you. Like, you need to. She's there. I can feel her. Pinless as well, says Phil Jones and Cameron Wright. You're not wrong. Even if not with Galactus, this is a hit. Yeah, and then Justice Demon says, "Here's your tier award, an empty box." They could do that. They could do that. Okay, next up. Now, I think this is one of the most wanted Marvel Legends, regardless of being a tier or not. It's the children of Reed and Sue.
So so you've got Franklin Richards and Valeria Richards. So this is their most recent look. Like, obviously Franklin's grown up a bit now, discovered hair dye, and now he's got black hair. But obviously there's been like different versions over the years. They've been kids. We've had future versions as well. So there's so many different versions you could do. I just gone with this one because it's the most current look and it fits in with that Dan Slott run of Fantastic Four figures that we've had. Obviously, with the retro wave, you could get a Franklin with that, and then he would be like blonde haired in his t-shirt. But Valeria wasn't around then; like she wasn't born yet, so she couldn't be in that costume. But obviously, they're the kids of the Fantastic Four. They're super intelligent. Franklin was probably one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe. Was a mutant, now being retconned, and he's no longer a mutant again. Like most people don't get to be a mutant anymore. But yeah, really cool characters. Now, I think if you stick to the next slide, Dan, I think with regards to this, Franklin, there is a look that people want more than this one. So this is the adult Franklin who comes back in time to save the Fantastic Four and battles. Well, he re-energizes Galactus. Galactus is killed, and he brings Galactus back to life so that he can like save the universe and stop his future timeline from happening. So this is from Jonathan Hickman, who's kind of redoing the X-Men. This is from when he was doing the Fantastic Four. And if you want to read like a modern Fantastic Four run, like the Jonathan Hickman run, oh, there you go. It's obviously not doing it, it's like got this stupid background on. The Jonathan Hickman run is really, really cool. It's a really good run. And obviously this version of Franklin is like super powered. Again, it's just like a standard like Fantastic Four uniform.
Is he the one who regenerated Galactus to be the good guy who now saves worlds instead of eats worlds?
I don't think he makes him the life bringer. I think that it might have happened at the end of it, I'm not sure, but that is like in the Ultimates then he becomes like this force of good. It might have actually been that might have happened because of it, but I know like he brought him back to life to just like stop. There was like this force was happening, this invasion, and if this invasion happened, then that's what would destroy the universe. It was only like Valeria, Franklin, and Nathaniel Richards, like they're like ancestors. They were the only 3 survivors left. So you had to go back in time to like save the timeline.
So you said that you think people would prefer to see this adult version of Franklin as a figure before we see the kid form?
I would say to tie in with Galactus, yes, because like kid Franklin is like he's smaller. And like he hasn't, like I mean, he teamed up with this Franklin to like help boost his powers. Like he has encountered Galactus, but he doesn't have as much to do with Galactus. Yeah. Like obviously because they're part of the Fantastic Four, there's crossovers, but they don't tie in as well. Whereas this Franklin is like directly tied to Galactus because obviously Galactus is death, and then again with that decayed face, like he's got that face, he brings him back to life, so it ties in with that again as well.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I definitely want the kids of the Fantastic Four at some point, and I'll take this Franklin as well. Going back to the comments, Abnuggler says, we're Sue Hasbro and go 50-50 on what we get, Rich. Might be able to get 5 Sentinels and a Galacti each, like so
I only get 2!
like Lord Laserpants. Jay's Toys Collection UK says, Craig Warwick has made a Venomized Galactus before, I think. Yeah, I've seen that on his display. Yeah. Very impressive. But Craig is like another level of customizer. That guy's insane. Shout out Craig Warwick. Marvel Legends UK says Wave 1 Hulk was my first ever Legend when I was in Melbourne. Honestly, I would be smart to have the Fantastic Four character like Sue, says Nathan. Tanner says, wasn't Johnny Storm the Invisible Boy a Herald? You have to ask Rich. Was he? Was Johnny Storm the Invisible Boy a Herald?
He was the Invisible Man. In between like Morg and Awalker, I think. It was like so we didn't cover them all, but yeah, there was a point where Johnny Storm was a Herald, so that would be again. He swapped powers with Sue, and then became the Invisible Man. Interesting.
Mini Plastic Morpheus says, with the lots of hits for the different Franklin options, Jamie the same, hit. Could see them being all in a wave. Jamie's not missed a finger tonight. Jamie wants everything. Jamie's like, look, I brought a Galactus, give me everything. Graffiti Toy says, nope. Mini Plastic Multiverse says, what, an adult Franklin too? Oh, so there you go. So we've taught him. He also says that Jason Hickman run is amazing. Marvel Age UK, we've had Franklin once upon a time with a balloon, if memory serves me. Odd little figure.
Yeah, we had a Franklin in the Fantastic Four 4-pack from Toy Biz, so it was like Herbie and you had Kid Franklin. Yeah. And back in like the classic 5-inch line, you had in the Onslaught line, it came with Wolverine, I think. It was like a tiny little blonde Franklin as well.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen them. Pogo with the hits and also the the Hellfire Hank, the Brandon, and the Rich M emojis. We appreciate that, Pogo. He says the best modern Fantastic Four story. Really, he also says that that was from the Ultimates, like Pogo said, like what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Justice Demon says Franklin made Galactus his Herald. Power. That's how powerful Franklin is. Marvel Collectors, Marvel Legends UK says Galactus. Eater of Whales,
Kuchalactus, like the Welsh word.
Okay, Kuchalactus. Okay, I can't even read and write English, let alone Welsh. So you're catching me off there. Franklin becomes the next Galactus at the end of history of the Marvel Universe. So to be cool if he came with a 6-inch Galactus helmet. That would be cool. That would be very nice. Cool. Okay, next up. Okay, so who mentioned this earlier? Because this one stumped me. The Punisher. Why does the Punisher look like he's dressed as Frogman?
Yeah, so see, this would be a good figure, easy figure, because they could use Frogman's legs and hands on it. But yeah, so this is the Punisher robot. So, like, it predates Frank Castle by loads of years. So he first showed up in Fantastic Four 49 in 1966. So these were like the robotic forces that resided inside Galactus's ship. They answered directly to like Galactus's whims, and then he would send them down to the worlds to like stop anyone who tried to like rebel against Galactus, stop him. Like they would shoot he would control them all. They were like legions of them. They would they wouldn't stop for nothing. They were like part robot, like bits of like life forms inside them, like all imbued by the power cosmic, and they wouldn't stop until they destroyed everything.
So just to be clear to anyone popping in now and seeing the Punisher on the screen, this is nothing to do with good old Frank Castle. This is a completely different thing.
They both like destroying and shooting up things, but otherwise completely different characters. But yeah, so they're obedient to Galactus, and they also like listen to like what the Heralds say as well. So they haven't been shown too much. Obviously, when the Punisher came along, they called Punisher robots now, I think, to try and like distinguish them a bit.
Yeah.
But they would be a cool like army builder. So like something like people wanted to army build. Like if you put a Punisher robot in there, and again, like they're a bit smaller than normal human beings as well.
Yeah.
So like that kind of like look would be like maybe a good add-on to it.
And Dwight did say during the live stream last week that there is something coming with Galactus that could potentially make it an army building option. Yeah. So whether that's an army building 6-inch figure, or like that's got to be more likely than a swappable piece for Galactus. I don't know, but still, this is definitely an interesting choice. I wasn't aware of this concept. So if you would have showed me this and told me it was called the Punisher, I would have said, when did Frank Castle build a Frogman armor? Do you know, like I wouldn't have known any different.
And it's quite a simple design as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like those Sentinels from last year. It's not something you'd have to spend a lot to do. Like you said, the legs, they could just stick Frogman's legs on there and they'd be sorted.
So Jamie says, don't we already have a Punisher Herald with the Cosmic Ghost Rider? Well, you're true. Yeah, Frank Castle is the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and he is a Herald. So yeah, we've already got him in that regard. The Rooker says just one could beat the FF. Sure, why not? Punisher Herald hit. See, we convince people so easily over here. Tanner says, I mentioned this in the Discord, army builder aspect right there. Yep, 100%. Abnugler says they were Galactus minions before they formed the Union, and then Galactus kicked them to the curb and decided to make his heralds, and they formed a union.
Union.
Mini Plastic Multiverse says, but they shouldn't put an army builder with Galactus. Oh no, I 100% agree. It would be a little bit cheeky to put an actual army builder with Galactus, but you never know. It could be something for one more.
But they haven't got like anywhere near the big thing. It'd be like all these army builders 5'5".
Yeah. Laser Pants is like, what was that? I'm 6'5", I'm smaller than a normal human being too, says Marvel Legends UK. What was that in reference to, Neil? What were you... No one's such a short. Jamie says hit. Pogo says time to jump out. Dan, Rich, and fellow collectors, thanks for the stream. Pogo, we appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. We're nearly at the end anyway. We're nearly there, my friend. We're nearly there for everyone else watching. The next one. See what I did there? I said for everyone else watching, press click, and it's the Watcher. It was like I did it on purpose. I didn't. It was genuinely coincidence. The Watcher could genuinely be a great add-on for the Galactus. Now, the Watcher is going to be the main narrator, if you will, of the What Is series on Disney+. So I am thinking that the Watcher is already on the Marvel Legends team's radar, and it could be an option. We've said it before. We don't know for sure yet, but I'd like to see it as a deluxe sort of offering rather than a builder figure. But it could be the builder figure for the rumoured What Is wave. either way, I do think it's going to be sooner rather than later we get a watcher. And even if Marvel Legends don't do one, Marvel Select found those old molds that people said they lost, and that tooling, they're re-releasing it. All those years, people were like, they lost them. No, they didn't. Where did those rumors start? We still never know. Either way, you're going to be able to buy yourself a Watcher action figure for your shelf to sit on the corner watching the rest of your collection for you at some point. Would it be an add-on? Would it be a good add-on for Galactus? Rich will tell us why.
So it depends with the Watcher, whether, like you said, if they've done one for the What If wave, from like the leaks we've seen from like the Lego sets, that Watcher's got a different design to a regular Watcher.
Yeah.
So again, you could reuse that, paint it a different colour and get this Watcher, so it might be like a simple reuse, but obviously the thing with the Watcher is he's maybe a deluxe figure, he's maybe bigger, so would they put that as a pack in? Maybe not, but obviously he's tied to like everything, you know. The Watcher, he's like a lurker in the chat. He watches everything, but he just never interferes, never like says about anything, but he's always there.
Lurker in the chat, I like that. He's a lurker in the chat.
And if you're a lurker in the chat, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, pal, hello. Otherwise, you can't. The chat is subscriber only, by the way. You can only actually type in the chat if you're a subscriber now. So I appreciate everyone who's in the chat. It means you're a subscriber, so I appreciate you. Let me just quickly look at the chat, because this one is a layup. This is a figure that I think people have wanted for a while. We haven't had it in Marvel Legends form. Am I wrong? I know we've had the Marvel Select.
No,
have we had
a Marvel Legend?
Never ever. No. Gotta happen. Jamie, 1000% hit. And Marvel Legends UK saying, he said Punisher bot smaller than a normal human being. Oh, that's why he was talking about his height. My bad, Neil. My bad. Bon Williams says, hit for Watcher. Watcher needs to be doing Pulse hits, says Tanner. Pogo, he's still here. He says, oh, snap, Watcher. We brought him back. Tanner was going to leave. We showed him the Watcher, and he's sticking around. So Pogo's still here. Death Star Collectible says, I hope this gets back soon so we can see the tears. Yeah, that's why we all think. We all want to see what's coming with Galactus. We're just theorising here. Marvel Legends UK said this is what's Select reissue theirs now. I wonder. Yeah, as I said, these toy companies, Mezco have released the whole Fantastic Four recently. The Marvel Select have found those old molds they said they couldn't find to re-release this. It's like people knew that Galactus was coming. Someone knew something. The Ruckus says the best figure was Iron Man. I don't know what that's in regard to. Phil Jones says hit as the figure, but a miss as an add-on for Galactus. Marvel Collection UK, watch this. Could be an army builder, but the Watchers are smaller in look. Abnugler says hit, I'd buy the Watcher. That has to be Galactus. Shardamus Prime is here. He says Diamond is different from Toy Biz, though. I don't remember Diamond saying they lost the molds for anything. Okay, no, I swear the rumours were that Diamond Select, sorry, I probably said Toy Biz, but the rumours were Diamond Select, who made were the ones who lost the mold, right? That is a rumour that was out there, right, Rich? Or am I making that up?
I'm sure that's what was said in the message boards. I mean, it could just be a load of rubbish.
It clearly is. It clearly is.
Could be right. It was Toy Biz that lost them, and everyone just assumed it was Diamond.
Yeah, no.
Because people have been crying out for this Watcher to be re-released. For a long time.
100%. Either way, as long as we get a Watcher and something, I've pre-ordered the Diamond Select version of Watcher. So I'll have a Watcher on my shelf, whether it's Marvel Legends or not. Don't you worry. Nerdzonic says he's lurking. He's a lurker, but he's also a subscriber, so I appreciate him. Thank you very much, my friend. Fabulous Disaster says I'm a lurker. There you go. See, there are the lurkers.
The lurkers are coming out.
Don't get me wrong, right? I am the same. I watch other people's streams and I'm not constantly chatting away. Sometimes, like, it's on my TV or it's on my phone or it's in my pocket and I can't chat away, but I'm there. I'm lurking. So I appreciate the lurkers. Don't you worry. Cloud Foxwell says, I'd love the Watcher to sit outside of my collection and just creep on them. Jamie says, both Shartamus and Nerds on it lurking here. Yeah, we appreciate them. Bones, the PhD candidate, says, I'd love a Watcher with this. Shardamus Prime is there with his lurky eyes. We appreciate you, Shardamus. We appreciate you. Mini Plastic Mover says, shout out to the lurkers. They need a t-shirt. Prophet924 says, already have it. Thirsty for Chicken says, hi, Shardamus Prime, of course. Okay, I think have we got one more, Rich? One more?
One last one for our League of Losers.
League of Losers. Do you want to hype this one up before I press the button, or should I just show them to people?
So as you know, we always leave the best to last. So whether that's Throg, whether that's like all we're building up like our own legal losers with these best ones. So like, yeah, originally like Aunt May as the Go Nosy, that was like one I thought of for this like last character. But then Phil Jones like sent a link to this character who's even better. Now I read this character way back in Marvel Assistant Size Spectacular issue 2 back in 2009, where she had like a tiny appearance, and then she appeared again in her own one shot in 2010. So like,
who
does
is
anyone know who this could be?
Any guesses?
Very much tied to Galactus. Very tied to Galactus.
Any guesses, people? Okay, we got one last one to show you. And as I said, Phil's just... Phil, I keep calling him Phil because I keep looking at Phil Jones' name on my chat. Rich has just hyped it up for you. Shout out Phil Jones all the same. Phil, as I said, Phil even suggested it. What is it? What is the last one? What is the last one? And Rich kept saying she. He kept saying she, so who is she? Abnugler says, is Amanda the leader of the lurkers? No, Amanda likes to... She's lurking in the actual... She's actually lurking in the house, like somewhere. Like, I don't know where she is, but she's there. She's there lurking because after this she wants me to download the new American Horror Story, so I need to get on that, but I will be sure. What's it? Javi Man Say 42 says, I'm listening, not talking. That's fine. You can listen and not talk. That's absolutely fine. We appreciate you.
The new American Horror Story is on Disney Plus. They put it on there now.
Is it? Yeah, Amanda, the new American Horror Story is on Disney Plus. There you go. Now she knows. I don't even know if she's in the house. No idea. No idea. I'm just shouting to nobody. I have no idea if she's even in. I'm getting so hot. I can see myself on the screen getting so sweaty.
Yeah, it's boiling.
I had to close my window because I was like, I knew I was being too loud, and like my neighbour next door is like, "Who's Galactus? What are you talking about, Dad?" So weird.
I can see how red I'm going, like in the camera.
Yeah, we're nearly there. We're nearly there with the last one. Tanner says, "Is it Squirrel Girl?" Phil Jones is keeping his mouth shut, and Jamie's also putting a squirrel emoji. You were all wrong. It is, of course, Galactica?
Galacta, daughter of Galactus.
Okay.
So she is the daughter of Galactus. She's been hiding on Earth as a human teenager. So she's got the same powers of her father. So she can consume worlds. However, she's trying to be nice. So she's come to Earth, and to stop her hunger, she does other things like absorb. Like, we need her now because she picks up diseases. She could have like eat the COVID virus away, and we could all go out again. Where are you now, Galacta? But she showed up like in like 2 appearances. She's got this kind of like anime kind of manga waifu kind of look. She's done by like Adam Warren, like who wrote all her stories, all her appearances. Like, she's a bit of a stupid character, and then she basically decides that she's gonna have to start eating her world again because she gets like these hunger pains in her stomach and she can't control herself anymore. Like most women, am I right? Am I right? Yeah, well, she just can't stop. She just wants to eat something. So
it sounds like my girlfriend. That's all I have to do is feed her. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I hope not, Dan, because then she finds out that there's a parasite inside her, this cosmic parasite. She doesn't know how to get rid of it. It's just like eating, she's got to eat more and it's like absorbing it. So she goes to her father for help to try and like cure her, and he tells her that she's pregnant, and that's how it ends.
Wow. Someone said I forgot the lights, but the lights just turned themselves off. Uh-oh, my fuse maybe broke. It's getting hot in here, people. It's getting hot in here. Don't worry. I didn't think something's broke, but I'll fix it after. Don't you worry. It's all good. So it's weird how the daughter of Galactus like should be a big deal, and she's like just a teenager hiding on Earth. Like, why has no one took that concept more?
The Marvel Assistant was when like the assistant editors took over the Marvel universe and just did these like stupid throwaway stories.
Okay.
So this in 2009 was like a tribute to that. It wasn't like a character that was meant to be anything.
Okay.
But she was like pretty popular, and then she got her own one shot in 2010. But it was just a bit of a like comedic story. It is available. The issue was available on Comixology because I'd read it in assistant. I'd never realized she had one shot until Phil once said about it, and I read it on the weekend, and it is quite a humorous story. Again, if you like the anime kind of look, then I suppose you'll like it better. It's like Hector Zavala, I think the artist is, and like Adam Warren has done a lot of writing on like Empowered, Dirty Pair. So it's kind of like a humorous, cheeky kind of story, and it's just like one of those stupid characters. Like, I mean, you're never going to see this in a Marvel Legends line, but as an add into Galactus, she's got the biggest tie into Galactus ever by being like his own...
The daughter?
Spawn. Yeah, exactly.
Who's her mother? Who's the mother of her?
I have no idea.
That's what I mean. I hope
she had a cesarean. That's
what I'm saying. Like, where did Galactus find a partner? Like, Galactus dating? Is he on an app or something? What's going on? Firstly, for Chicken says, no, I'm thinking Marissa Tomei is going to end up being a Herald in the movies. Imagine that. Jerry says, wait, UK gets mature content version of Disney Plus. Yeah, so we don't have Hulu in the UK. So instead, they've made like a section of Disney Plus called Stars. So basically, all the Fox version, all the Fox shows that you guys would usually get on Hulu, we get on like a section of Disney Plus called Stars. Am I explaining that right, Rich? That would be
we used to have a Fox channel on cable which showed like The Walking Dead and American Horror Story, and when Disney Plus came out they cancelled that channel and all the shows that were on it got put onto Stars. So the new American Horror Story should be up like the day after it's shown in America, so it's probably on there now. Yeah,
happy days. I'm gonna have a look at that. If not, I'll find a way to find it. But there you go. Phil Jones says hit. Of course Phil Jones said hit. It was his suggestion. Jay's Toys Collection says waiting for the cameo from Mrs. Dan Who. I've been asking her to pop on, but she genuinely has not a single bit of interest in any of this toy talk at all. Not a clue. She doesn't care. So as I said, I'll try and get her on for the year stream or something. But yeah, maybe one day. I do ask her. Cloud Foxwell says, yeah. Mario says, I'm the head of the snake. Address me as your lurker. Oh, it's all right. You've been chatting away, Mario. You're all right. Jamie with the 5 hits. Jedi Howard says, Dan, I forgot the lights 103. Oh yeah, that's when I realised my lights have turned off and broke. Honestly, let me see if I can quickly skip. My lights have literally, while I'm streaming, they've just died. They're off. They don't look as good when I've not got the lights on, but they're just dead. Like, the plug's in. I need to check the fuse or something. Something's not right, people. I'm a little panic. I'll fix it after the stream. Anyway, back. Tekken Collect says, I hope the watcher is lurking outside of your neighbour's house. As I said, the neighbours are probably watching. I'm so loud. I don't mean to be, but I am very loud and I do project my voice. So the neighbours are probably hating me by now. Mark Tatat was explaining to Jerry about the Stars and Disney Plus, just like I did. Nab Nuggler says, just eat some fibre galacta. I'm sure it wasn't a space parasite, just not used to the Earth food, probably. Bones, the PhD candidate, says, I love these weird characters. Give me this to show up in my figure stories. Jay's Toy Collection says, Fish Ghost sounds better than Galacta. I'm saying that right? Galacta, right? That's her name. Galacta. Yeah. Mario says it's hot. It's the liquor, Dan the legend. The liquor's meant to cool me down, my friend. Like, I'm good. I can drink Koppelbergs all day long. It's like fizzy pop. Don't worry about it. Jerry says, honestly, I prefer the Hulu and Disney Plus merged as a service. Obviously, you guys across the pond. Yeah, envious of you guys across the pond. Yeah, sort of what happened. Sort of what we got over here. We've never had Hulu ever. Never been a thing for us. Tech and Collect. All these streaming services seems like we go back to the cable box, basically. Jamie, it says, according to Google, Galacta was created in the same way as a baby she is carrying. Same way as the baby she is carrying.
But they never explained that either, so that's no help.
Yeah, like, what? I'm just curious, who got together with Galactus? Like, did Galactus have a one-night stand with someone? Like, who's the mother of Galacta? That's what I want to know. And Damien says, Dan, where's your Mysterio gone? I blame him. Where is Mysterio? The Mysterio's on the shelf. We're good. As I said, I've got so many figures on the floor. I can't really show you. It's like, the room's a mess. No, I can't show you. The room's a mess. I'm sorting out, I'm tweaking that before. I want to do a new collection video, essentially. But I wanted to finish that last shelf before I do it. So soon, people. I'm hoping August I'll get it done. Okay, beautiful. That was it. That was our list. We ended on Galacta. Rich, yet again, bravo. Well done. So as always, before we finish, I am curious of the people that are here. What was your favourite? I always say it in this way, but it's the best way to explain it. You're in the Marvel boardroom right now. You're on that table, and they turn to you. Ryan Ting turns to you, points at you, and says, "You make the decision of the next Unlockable tier for the Galactus." What would you pick out of the suggestions that we put on the table today? So once again, we've got Galacta, the Watcher, Punisher. The Punisher robots that Rich explained were the sort of minions of Galactus on his ship. Flanking Richards in his adult form when he comes back from the future. Franklin and Vieira, Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, of course, but completely translucent. Abraxas. Am I still saying that right? Abraxas. It's the Abraxas. Okay, cool. Impossible Man, Firelord, Thor, Stardust, and we've clarified now. It's definitely a fish ghost and not Cody Rhodes. All right, confirmed. Morg, Airwalker, Terex, Nova, and Silver Surfer. So out of all of them, you pick one. You just tell me one and I'll read a couple out before we get out of here. But once again, Rich, bravo on the list. It's always fun to go through and find some of those random characters. If you'd show me a picture of Impossible Man, I would have assumed it's another character I've seen before. Do you know what I mean? I would have imagined it was Mixel Plix or someone else. I wouldn't have assumed it was him. And also that Punisher, never seen that before in my life. Like the others I'd seen or something. Brackus I'd recognised an image of, but didn't know what his origin was. Okay, let me go to the... He birthed her in the middle of the planet, says Mario. And he's on about Galacta. Interesting.
Desert, yeah.
Okay, let me scroll back, actually, because people have started chatting away, which I appreciate. You appreciate. Okay, Fish Ghost is the real mother of Galacta, says Abnugler. Great list, says Thirsty for Chicken. Okay, so Phil Jones kicks us off. He says, Galacta, what would her daughter's name be? Gala. Probably, yeah, Galactus, Galacta, and then Gala. Yeah, you just keep shortening it. And then eventually the granddaughter would just be called G. Mini Plastic Multiverse says, great job, guys. You're always welcome. Cameron Wright says, probably Firelord or Tyrax, but a I'm just not going to say that name right all stream, okay? Braxus, there you go. My brain doesn't see words the same way you guys do. Trust me, it's a frustrating thing for me. Galacta, the way, says Cloud Foxwell. Damien says Tyrax or Firelord. Jamie with the fish ghost emojis and Invisible Woman Sue Storm. Jay's Toy Collection says UK says, my toy room is collapsing in the heat. Yeah, I'm genuinely panicking that the heat has like broke my LEDs because I'm stressing out about my LEDs at the minute because I need them to be symmetrical. I'm very OCD like that. Trust me. I'm trying to act calm, but this is stressing me out that they're not working. Abnugler's also with the fish ghost emojis. Bones PhD candidate says Morg, he needs to be on the shelves. Franklin, Ray, Nova, or Punisher Robot, says Tanner. Nathan says honestly Galacta would be nice. Toyfar says I tell him you're gonna add a goddamn Howard the Duck, my friend. Yeah, if he was in the boardroom, add a Howard the Duck. Damon said something, but his message was redacted, so I don't know what he said. Jamie says, you guys sold me on Firelord, but are we really going to pace the stretch goals past 14k? Yeah, they will. Once we hit 14k, they'll reveal what the stretch goals are, and there'll be at least 3 or 4, I think. We had 3 for the Sentinel, and I think they're going to be prepared this time. They had 4 for the Sentinel, but I think this time they'll be prepared, and there's going to be at least 4 or 5. If that was just my prediction, but I could be wrong. They've teased 2 already. Go and check out Daniel's Twitter or the stream earlier. Cameron Wright says Punisher is real nice. Mini Plastic Multiverse says Franklin Richards and Firelord. Prophet says Golden Oldie for me. Not on the list today, but Golden Oldie is definitely an option. As we know, it's Aunt May. I'm not saying no to an Aunt May figure in any form, which wherever. Bon Williams says Surfer, Nova, Tyrax, Galacta. Logan Toys says Pow, Watcher. Tekken Collect says Galacta, Terex, Airwalker, Firelord, and Fish Ghost. Mario says top pick is updated to Silver Surfer. Give me all of them, says Tanner. G Collect says G-Unit. G-Unit. I love G-Unit, I'm not going to lie. Shady Aftermath all day, back in the day. Mark Dak says 400 cent and G-Unit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 400 cent. I get what you're doing there. I get it. It would be 4,000 cent though, wouldn't it? Technically. I'm assuming Mother Nature is Galacta's mother. Yeah, it could be. You know, not be wrong. And Tekken Collect says imbalance is the personal OCD. Must be a specimen and a right pattern. It must be a Pacific and a right specimen. What am I talking about? And the right pattern. My Streamlabs has flashed at me.
Oh no.
I don't know if we're still live because my Streamlabs has flashed. We might be, we might not be. I don't know.
YouTube is still running on YouTube. I can see us on YouTube, but it's obviously a bit behind, so we'll soon find out now. Okay, well we're at the end, so if it finishes, fair, so be it. But yeah, I can't press any buttons. I think I'm lips are still moving, and it seems to be. I was just holding my face. I think we're still on. Okay, are we still here, people? Because my Streamlabs has just crashed, so I cannot see anything on my screen. Yes, Phil Jones is saying it's still live. So let's wrap this up quickly before the heat kills us.
I can't even press end though. That's the annoying thing. Like this stream.
We go all night long.
yeah. You and me be topless in the next hour, just be sweating our faces off with no viewers. It's just gonna be you and me going, "What are we still doing here?" Streamlabs, please die. Okay, just wrap up, Rich. What was your pick? If you could pick one of them.
So I've always wanted a Frankie Ray Nova. So the fact that was like hinted at as well. That's like an amazing choice for me. But like I like the weird and wacky, and I don't think we're ever gonna get a Galacta any other way. So again, those, but I'm picking those two, Frankie Ray and Galacta. Yeah,
no, great choices. I'd like the kids for the Fantastic Four, but I do think we don't need the Galactus builder figure to get them. I think they will some point come out some other way down the line. So I would like people like Firelord and even Nova, because these are the more obscure characters that fit better with Galactus, and it just makes sense. Give us the Heralds of Galactus as the add-on tiers. We've been saying it, that should how it be done. So yeah, bravo. But yeah, it says too much heat. You're heating up to Tech and Collect. Yeah, you're not wrong. Honestly, my Streamlabs. Look at my hair. It's ridiculous. Right. You want to make a crop of the start of the stream and then the end of the stream and just how we look. Just think, Rich had a full head of hair at the start of the stream. Look, this is what the heat has done to him. Yeah,